ceasefire tested again. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The Israeli Prime Minister ordering strikes in Gaza after accusing Hamas of violating the ceasefire deal by firing on Israeli forces in southern Gaza. And there's continued tension over problems with the release of hostages' bodies.
Hamas was set to release the body of an additional hostage tonight, one of 13 that remain inside the enclave. The group's Al-Qassam brigades released a statement saying the transfer would not take place due to what they claim are Israeli violations to the agreement.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv just getting reports of a Hamas statement remaining committed to the ceasefire deal and denying responsibility for that attack on Israeli forces in southern Gaza. Just getting word of a North Carolina man charged with murder after multiple bodies were found in the trunk of a car in his garage, about 25 miles east of Raleigh. Sheriff's officials in Johnston County say Wellington Dickens III called 911, telling the operator he had killed 3 of his children and an 18-year-old stepchild. His 3-year-old son was found unharmed in the home. Dickens is held without bond. Hurricane Melissa now churning over Jamaica after making landfall near New Hope in the southwest as a Category 5 storm, 185-mile-per-hour winds, life-threatening flooding and storm surge, heading northeast toward the tourist hub of Montego Bay.
About 25,000 tourists are still here, according to officials at the Minister of Tourism, and they are protecting all those folks inside the resorts, locking everyone down and making sure that they are as safe as possible.
Fox Weather's Robert Ray says it could still be a major hurricane when it gets back into the Caribbean Sea, heading for Cuba and the Bahamas tomorrow. A federal judge just extending a ruling that blocks the Trump administration from laying off thousands of federal employees as a government shutdown continues. That ruling applies to nearly 40 federal agencies as the legal fight also continues with workers' unions. America is listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation honors America's heroes. Heroes like U.S. Army Warrant Officer 1 Stuart Waymond. After joining the Army, Stuart graduated from Army Aviation School and had a distinguished career until a mid-air collision during a training exercise took Stuart's life. He leaves behind his wife Kira and their 3 sons. Tunnel to Towers paid the mortgage on Stuart's family home. Help more families like Stuart's. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder, and it's Tuesday. Is a game over?
The day I was born.
This thing is trying out. Holy crack-a-moles. My God, man. Boy, have we got stuff coming up. Incidentally, did I hear that news girl say that some guy with a name like Winchester von Chichester III called the cops to say he just murdered his 3 kids and a stepchild? And a 3-year-old was left on. And by the way, I find stories like this almost every day. It's really, I can't believe the depravity of that's going on in the world. Anyway, horrible. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Love to have you pipe in with us. We got a whole bunch of things, a lot of newsy things. Donald Trump, once again, making deals over in the East, in the Far East, and he may be meeting with North Korea as well. He's making trade deals, and I mean, it's just boom, bam, boom, it's one thing after another. What's that? No, what?
Someone called it a trade deal, and someone else said it was capitulation, that we finally used our trade clout to say we'll take our market out of this if you don't play ball and quit screwing us.
Well,
and he's finally doing it.
Well, now the other thing was I did hear that the president say something like buy Toyotas. So, which I
they're made here.
Yeah, but it sounds funny.
all these countries that have been used China as to play off us. He said, "Go ahead, play with China."
I'll be right with you.
We'll just pull out.
Man, I wonder, because see, to Trump, everything is a deal. To Donald, and it's worked. I mean, it's worked. He pressure, power, deal making.
That's how humans work.
That's right. That's right. In fact, that's how you live. You have to make arrangements with whatever the circumstances you are in right now.
Best deal you can.
And one of the great cliches that I used to use and haven't thought about in years is that, with few exceptions, if you're born with one leg, you can't be a fireman. Obvious things like that. But basically speaking, that most of us are in the spot we are in right now because of the decisions we've made along the way.
Yes.
Now, there are exceptions. There are exceptions. But generally speaking, if you're screwed up, it's because you screwed up, or if you're successful, it's because, unless you got lucky, but chances are that
Nepo,
there's a lot of exceptions. But generally speaking, and I do it myself, things happen. And I thought, oh my God, I didn't see that coming, but, that's the way it happened. And so that's where we are. I don't know. I mean, but Trump, he's got a whole different thing going. Let's see. We got all the political stuff. We got a million things. I got one leftover thing about finding out whether you're in good health, and I forgot. I didn't have time late yesterday in the show to do it, and I'll briefly do it in a second. First of all, when I get home, I have dinner, and then I turn on Jesse Waters and that girl who was on before him. That I like her show, but I don't like her. It's just a personal thing, her style. And she has that comedian toward the end of her show, a little before 8 o'clock. She has the funny guy on, Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy somebody, a funny guy, but he does a little comedy bit like the last 4 minutes of the show.
Jimmy Fallon,
and they played the video of Biden, President Cadaver Autopen, when he gave a speech yesterday before some group, and they struggled him out, and he was at the podium, and he was doing his typical old yeller, the Democrat Party, democracy is no joke, democracy is failing because of people the last 4 years. I mean, it was, and I watched it, and I thought to myself, oh my God. And that first thing I thought was, don't fall for this poor old man thing. In fact, Jimmy Fallon said, and my first thought was, oh my God, that's pathetic. I mean, he looks, he doesn't know where, it's just horrible. It was the epitome of all the things we've known about him, not knowing what the hell's going on in his life. And it was horrible. And Jimmy Fallon even said something like, he said, well, it's time really, it's time just to put him down, just take him off. And the girl said, no, you're not talking about, like killing him. No, he said, no, I didn't mean that, but it was pathetic. And then the second thought was, don't fall for it. He's not a pathetic old man. He's a freaking criminal who pardoned his family, the crime family. The Biden crime family is the most corrupt crime family in politics this country's ever had. Name another crime family, political family. The Kennedys don't stand up to this. The Clintons don't even stand up to this. The Biden family is the most corrupt political crime family in the history of our country. Prove me wrong if you can. Anyway, in fact, we have more proof of that coming up in just a minute with another Comer report. James Comer, they're releasing more on the DOJ probe of the auto pen and stuff. It's going to be awful. Okay, anyway, so I was mentioning last night TV, and then I work on birthdays and histories. I'm watching Jesse Waters. And before I go to bed or go up, I've tried to shut myself down, by sometime after 9. I said, I just can't do this anymore. Because it's 5:30 in the morning. It comes around early. So I'm doing stuff, and I'm watching a ball game, the World Series game. And I knew I wasn't going to watch the end of it. I was, I think it was pretty close. I watched quite a bit of it. And then I said, really, I've got to, go to show. Okay, so when I go to bed, I turn my TV on to channel 846, which is ESPN. So when I get up in the morning at 5:30 or so, first thing I do is turn on ESPN, and so I knew in the morning I was going to see what the hell, with the thing in the ball game. But I wasn't thinking anything unusual or whatever. Just it was a good game, and it was interesting. Went to bed. Okay, I get up in the morning. I said, 18 innings. Oh my God! So. So the first thing I did was watch the highlights, and I'm thinking, oh my God! Every time I turn around, the manager's going four fingers, walk, show. I mean, what do you buy? 5 walks or 4 walks? Oh, it's unbelievable.
You wussy! You could have got a whole 2.5 hours sleep if you'd watched that whole game.
See, I failed. I caved.
Funny thing is this morning I turned on my phone just to look at this. I fell asleep too, so I didn't realize how late it went. But I turned my phone on and I went to Google I typed in LA Dodgers because that populates the score and everything, and I saw that LA won, but I couldn't see where the runs happened because it went from 1 to 9 and then 9 to 18. I was like, where the hell are the runs?
I couldn't believe it.
I was half asleep. I was like, where did they score?
Holy smokes.
Well, I stayed up, by God. I watched every second of that debacle. I ate 2 dinners.
I believe it. I mean, what a game. I mean, what an experience. In fact, my pilot buddy, Kevin, I was from Delta. I was talking. I mentioned the other day, just talking about it, and his wife's one of my favorite other guys' wives. And he watched the whole game. I think with his son and the whole damn thing. And he said it's one of the greatest experiences he's ever had. And one of the great guys. And again, for those who did it, what a freaking contest. And Shohei, I mean, and then, I mean, his performance. What do you have, a home run? We have 4, what do you bat 9 times or something? 5 walks and 4 double hits and a home run or some ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. It's unbelievable.
He got on base 9 times.
Yeah, but okay. Still. I mean, that's unbelievable.
4 extra base hits, only done once before.
And a home run. I mean, wasn't it the first? Was it the first? When did he hit his home? I'm trying to remember.
It was early on.
Yeah. Anyway, 3rd inning, I think it was.
Real quick.
No, actually, it wasn't early on. It was later on where he may have tied the game 4-4, if I remember. It was kind of in the middle there.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm sorry, Flounder. You were saying?
Yeah, we have a special guest on the horn.
Hello, special guest. Enter and sign in, please. Oh my God! Oh, it's Toronto man. It's Canadian Jeff. I'll bet you.
I am so tired. I watched the whole thing. I ran out of beer at I think 2:40 in the morning. It was horrible.
Sorry about your loss, man. This could be a great series. I mean, I don't know whether this pretends. Although this, I don't know, Jeff. What do you think? I mean, there are two ways of thinking about it. Either it's a great event for a great series, or Toronto just got the wind knocked out of them, and this could be bad news for Toronto.
I think it's been one of the best World Series that I've ever watched. The pitching's been great. The hitting's been great.
Yep.
And then last night was just crazy.
It's
a very. I even heard that last call's 2:00 in the morning, and the bars are supposed to close at 2:45 here. Apparently, the bars didn't close last night.
Yeah, well, I don't think they'll be in trouble. I'll bet you they'll get away with it after that. And by the way, what a great series! I mean, this could be a great if it goes anything like this. The competitive nature of this thing, and I don't even mind a pitcher's duel. If you're watching great pitching in a World Series, I think that's a treat. So I mean, either way, lots of hits or lots of pitching. I think this could be really something. A great series.
I think both teams are unbelievably solid. And last night just showed you how good they are.
Yeah.
Toronto didn't even have any. If someone got hurt, they were down to their last 9 players.
Yeah, I know. 18 innings. Yeah, what a game.
I didn't even know who half the people were on the field at that time.
These guys kept coming to bat, and I'm going, who the hell's that?
I never saw that guy before. I think he was one of the trainers who put a number on him.
I've never seen anything like that before. It was crazy. But the pitching duels that have been going on and the hitting, it's spectacular.
It's great. Great experience. Jeff, thanks, man. Hi to your missus, and we'll keep in touch. So series continues. We'll talk more with Jeff.
They were like 1 inning away from playing a position player pitching for the first time ever in a World Series. They were out of pitchers.
Yeah, and now position players. In fact, they were just bragging about their shortstop. They were saying when he threw over he threw to first base and it was something like 97 miles an hour. I mean, these days a lot of ball players can throw the baseball pretty well. So.
I have never seen so many plays from either the pitcher or the first baseman throwing from first across the diamond and getting the runner going to third.
Yeah.
There's been at least 3 plays. Freddie was caught last night.
Right.
Several of them have been caught.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and every throw has been perfect to the third baseman to get them.
Those have been great, but ironically, I've seen an awful lot of throws from the outfield that weren't even close to getting a runner at home.
Well, Hernandez blew one and let him, score late, and he made up for it later by throwing out a Blue Jay at the plate that had to come in. It was 2 outs.
Yeah.
He was out by a mile, but they had to try it.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got all this kind of stuff. It's all coming up. almost 3:15. Good grief. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and you on 106.3. Happy Tuesday. What a day. All right, hold on now.
President Trump is restoring freedom, bringing justice back to America, and restoring power to the people. And the conservative voice of Atlanta has his back and will always bring you the national and local voices you need when it matters most. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Braves Country Convos is the newest official podcast of the Atlanta Braves. Join hosts Jory Palmer and Lauren Saad for some fun, lighthearted, and unexpected discussions as they interview guests with strong Braves country ties about the things that connect us all. Guests range from Braves alumni Charlie Culberson, MLB Network's Lauren Shahadi, and more. Visit Braves.com/podcast to begin listening to Season 1 wherever you get your podcasts or watch on YouTube. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Life is unpredictable, but when trouble comes, you need a team you can trust. At Ace Second Chance Bail Bonds, we've been helping families for nearly 20 years, providing fast, professional, and discreet service. With 12 locations across Metro Atlanta and Birmingham, we're available 24/7 to get your loved one home, quick and with care. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT, or visit atlbail.com today.
Attention warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on Extra 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
No, sorry. Yeah,
Don't start. My fault.
No, we're good. The camera thought he did something wrong there for a second. I don't know. Look out. Yeah, how you doing? Kimmer, Pete, and the fellow there. Yeah, boom, out of shaking. Going on. Here we go. Jerry Lee Lewis. On this day 3 years ago, 2022, one of the last survivors of rock and roll's golden age, Jerry Lee Lewis passed away at 87, nicknamed The Killer. He was described as rock and roll's first great wild man and had worldwide hits with Whole Lot of Shaking Going On, Great Balls of Fire, Scandal and Violence. Career briefly halted when, at 22 years old, he married his 13-year-old cousin, Myra. And there's a whole, I remember reading her story about her relationship with him. What a tale. And then 1976, Jerry Lee Lewis accidentally shot his bass player, Butch Owens, in the chest while he was fooling around with a .357 Magnum, which is fairly weird. Anyway, every gun is loaded. Don't forget it. Let's see. Our birthday list includes, now I may have this wrong, and I didn't see it on this the sheet that Flounder has because I didn't see it in time, but the birthday is Justin Jarini. 47. He played Lil Sweet in the Diet Dr. Pepper commercials, the original American Idol runner-up, and star of From Justin to Kelly. Justin Jarini. Isn't he the Cops kid? Isn't he the Cops kid?
Eldrin Bell.
Isn't that Eldrin Bell's son?
Yeah.
And I remember the green-eyed police chief. All the black guys with green eyes always win elective office. If you're a black guy and you're running for office, you have green eyes, you're in. I mean, seriously, think about it.
He was interesting.
He was a hell of a guy. Yeah, oh, God, yeah. Tell the story.
What story?
Well, you said he was interesting. I thought maybe you had a little tail here.
No, he just said he was interested to follow because there's always something going on.
Yeah, that was a very turbulent time when Eldrin fell. I forgot exactly. Well, was that the mayor of Haight, Shirley Franklin? That was before her, I think.
I think Andy Young. He was.
Might have been Andy or Maynard Jackson even.
No, I don't think he was. Maybe he was.
Might have been. Oh, God. Anyway. And Justin Guarini, 47. The Cops kid is 47 years old today, I think. And let's see. Well, let me do this history. Hold on a second. I got the wrong one over here. Here we go. On this day in 1858, after failing 7 times in previous business ventures, in 1858, on this day, Roland H. Macy opened his department stores known as the Rolands. Yes, no, it's Macy's, of course. In New York City, opened in 1858 on this day. He sold on this day $11.06 worth of merchandise. Macy's went on to have the highest sales volume of any department store in the world. 320, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230. A couple of newsy things. The markets are going wild. Markets are going crazy. That damn Donald Trump. All he does is ruin everything with his damn tariff. Oh, wait a second. He's making deals. He's doing stuff, talking about tariffs, and the markets are going nuts. More records all over the place. It's unbelievable. A couple other things. The state election chief in Ohio has just uncovered 1,000 fake registrations to vote of illegal residents who got permission to vote in Ohio elections, including federal elections in Ohio, and they date back to the year 2018. 7 years. So 1,000 residents that we know of have been, anyway, and more, and they're still digging. And they, by the way, they've been forwarded to the Department of Justice for federal crimes. And again, so here we go. Now we got all that going for us. And also more on the Biden crime family and the auto pen and the doctor, too, being investigated. May lose his license if they go forward with it. But first of all, speaking of doctors and stuff, late yesterday in the program, give me permission if you don't mind. Late yesterday in the program, I was telling you about a study that showed signs to look for to see whether you're aging well. If you're like over 40 years old and so forth, you should have a strong grip. And we talk about things like that, being able to move with ease and be able to get over infections or viruses and colds and so forth. And a couple things like that. Now, I have a very short list here of things to test yourself while you're at home or office or anything else right now, if you're not, in case you're not driving or something, to see how you're doing. For example, one that I didn't know about, if you watch me on YouTube or if you can follow the instructions, you'll get this. For one thing, this is to see how overall well you are doing with your life and your body right now. Put one of your hands flat on a table or a desk or something hard in front of you. Hand flat on the desk. With your other hand, use your thumb and forefinger to pinch the skin between the hand flat on the desk, between the thumb and forefinger of the hand on the desk. Okay, put your hand on the desk and then pinch the skin between the thumb and forefinger. Just pinch it up, and it should go right back to where it should be. If it stands up or doesn't do something, then that's an issue. You should pinch it, and it should go right back to where it was. One little thing.
I can't do that because my skin is so taut.
Aha, well, that's probably good then. So you don't have to have a worry about that. You, Mr. Taut Man. We'll start calling you Taut.
Mr. Strong Hand.
The Tautaroonie. Mr. Taut Man.
The strong arm.
Strong arm. A couple other things. Stand on one foot with your eyes open and hands and arms out. Stand on one foot. Eyes open, hands and arms out for 30 seconds. And again, I've been doing a lot of that at home because balance is when you get up there like I am. I mean, balance is the one thing that can make all the difference in the world. And riding that chopper, I want to make sure that I can, that I'm in shape enough to be able to handle that big monster thing. So stand on one foot for 30 seconds, eyes open, hands out and stuff. Okay. Also, I didn't know about this. You can test your balance by walking heel to toe, where you put the heel in front of the toe of the foot, and then the heel in front of the toe, heel in front of the toe, like you do when the cops make you walk a line, heel to toe, see if you can do that.
Comes in handy sometimes.
That's right. Anyway, so stand on one foot, and the other's heel to toe, and the skin of the thing. Now, two others which I think are really interesting, including one that I just did, and I've got to realize that I'm not as good at it as I used to be. First of all, two things I think are really important. Sit on a chair and then stand up. Then sit down and stand up, sit down and stand up 30 times without difficulty.
What?
Believe me, I mean, I know it's not. It doesn't sound like a thing. It doesn't sound like a thing, and most people should be without any. Again, without using anything, just 30 times in a row.
30 times.
Okay.
No.
Well, anyway, now here's the other one. You'll love this one if you haven't done it before. And I used to do this, and I haven't done it in a long time, and I just did it before the show, and I realized, I can still do it, but it's hard all of a sudden. Here's the key. Here's the thing to try to do. Sit down on the floor, like Indian style on the floor, and stand up without using your hands.
Yeah, that's a good exercise. Yeah.
Sit down on the floor and stand up without using your hands or grabbing a piece of furniture. No hands. Sit down. I'll bet, Flounder, you in there? I'll bet you can do that.
Yeah.
Sit down on the floor and stand up without using your hands.
It's disgusting floor.
What? Okay, this is an exercise to see how
so
you're
what do I
doing.
have
Now,
to
you're
do?
young. Okay, sit down on the floor. Just sit down Indian leg style on the floor.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And then
I
get
can
up
see you.
without using your hands.
All right, I'm
Just
watching
stand up.
right now.
Sit down.
You had to
Indian
use
style.
the chair to sit down.
Yeah,
You
no
literally
hands.
use the chair to sit down.
No hands.
Uh-oh,
Just
he's
stand
scooting
up.
across the floor like a dog with worms. And he's up.
He did it. He did
He's
it.
up.
He's up. But again, it's a thing, isn't it? I mean, you have to actually.
It takes a little momentum to where you kind of got to.
Well, but then now, and again, I don't know whether that's even legal.
You
but
turn
if you
to the side a little bit, get on your knees and get up.
Well, but again, if you can do it, you'll see. I mean, if you try it, you'll see. Oh my God, you'll
I
where
get on
you
the
are.
floor every day.
Yeah.
Every day I do sit-ups and crunches on the floor, and I make sure I'm on the floor and get up.
Yeah, but again, that's a key. But isn't that interesting? That to me is probably the one that tells you where you are more than anything else. Sit on the floor and just stand up with no hands, and then
I
you'll
wish
know
we had a
about your.
recording of him scooting across the floor like
like a
dog
freaking
with worms.
crab, like a backward crab in the sand of the freaking beach or something. Anyway, so that's the scoop in the thing there. A couple other things, and we'll get this bullet stuff. The freaking storm in Jamaica. I guess is it hitting right now? I guess it's hitting right now.
Yeah.
A couple things. I don't think I've ever heard warnings like this before. They were actually saying, if you stay here, you're going to die. Everything on this island is going to be destroyed. 185 mile-an-hour winds. They said you're going to die. If you stay here, you're going to die.
I just wonder if the resorts are going to try and screw the tourists out of their money.
Well, let's ask.
Like Atlantis tried to screw me out of my money.
I remember you mentioned that because the storm was going to Atlantis.
It was a tropical depression that formed right on top of Atlantis and basically became a storm. And there was just a complete blowout of a weekend. Yeah. And they were being pains and asked, well, it wasn't officially a hurricane.
Well, that's the problem. If it had been a hurricane, it would have been. Now, did you?
I
would have
been able to get out.
Yeah. Did you get any money back or deposit or anything?
Got some money. We're still fighting with them. Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, Flounder, you were just here. Now you're going back to the thing. I
was supposed to head to Jamaica
next week, right? I believe.
Excuse me. Yeah, next week, and we're keeping an eye on it. The side that we're on technically isn't the side that's being directly hit. We're on the other side of Kingston.
You might get lucky.
Actually, Veronica's coworker is from there, and his father they all had to evacuate out of Kingston. Like you said, they were going to die. Yeah.
They literally said, their warning said, if you stay here, you're going to die.
However, it's been nice that the resort has been in touch with us saying, we will keep you updated, and if you're not able to come, they'll
Obviously,
provide.
they're not associated with Atlanta.
No.
Let's just say. They have not been the friendliest and upfront people.
Yeah, well, there you go. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll keep you posted.
What is it about this show that we don't pay attention to hurricane season?
But how are we supposed to know? We're not. We don't live in.
It's your turn.
It's Georgia.
It's your turn to try and go and get canceled.
I'm not going anywhere. I can't go anywhere anymore. I just got to. In fact, two things. And talk about your party thing. How is it possible that given modern technology in this day and age, and you'd think with AI this would, but again over the years, how is it possible that we can't stop a storm from heading where it wants to go. No, seriously. How we don't have anything more powerful than the winds to change them or to salt them or something or whatever.
One, it'd be used as a weapon. The Bloviator 2000, I think, is what Shannon used to call it.
I'm saying to stop a storm, not to make one.
This is nature. Hurricanes are necessary every once in a while to clear out the place. That's just the way it is.
Some of you are going to have to die.
You ask the scientists. Hurricanes come through and clean out the debris and start life anew.
Well, it's not exactly like how the Indians used to set fire to the wilderness to clear out the underbrush.
Exactly like, except it's humans doing it at a much smaller scale.
A lot of people are dying, not just the grass.
So you're saying man could do a better job of handling nature than nature does?
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. All I'm saying is I'm kind of surprised that scientists somewhere haven't had a way to say, okay, let's take those 185-mile-an-hour winds and direct them up so they just get away from the land. I'm amazed that we can't do technology. We don't have anything to do. They talk about salting clouds and stuff and changing the nitrogen or the levels of the so-and-so. How come we don't have a way to divert those storms in some natural way to not kill people and destroy them?
I tell you, Trump has the Spinolator 3000.
It was the Spinolator 2000, if I remember.
Hell, he's got the 6,000 by now.
There you go. And by the way, AI is costing thousands of jobs. There they go, and here it comes. It's real. All right, we got it on 3:30. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go. Look out. Here we go.
Did you miss Neil Bortz?
I am shocked.
Don't worry. He's live anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Oh, that radio show.
Did traffic cause you to miss some of the Kimmer Show? Get it on the app.
It's all the kids talk about on Monday at school.
With anytime show replays from the Kimmer, Bortz, The Morning Extra, Clay and Buck, and so much more. Plus local headlines and breaking news. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. So if your old windows have you boiling in the summer and freezing in the winter, you need the pros at Window Nation with installation precision and experience that are second to none. Their custom windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit, and they're backed by the best warranty in the industry. Go to getwindownation.com or call 866-90NATION for your free estimate. And for a limited time, buy 2 windows, get 2 windows free, plus no payments for 2 years.
At Aikens Ford & Winder, we love trucks, and you'll love our deals on trucks. Like $15,000 off the MSRP on select 2025 Ford F-150 XLT Crew Cab pickups. Hi, this is Brad Aikens, and now through October 31st, take $15,000 off the MSRP on select 2025 Ford F-150 XLT Crew Cab pickups. These pickups also come with Ford's 10-year limited factory warranty at no additional charge, and we have over 50 to choose from. Plus, qualifying veterans and first responders receive an extra $1,000 off in addition to this discount at Aikens Ford & Winder, just 25 minutes east of the Mall of Georgia on Highway 29. Stock number 06333, MSRP $69,098, sale price $44,098. With approved financing in your 1995 or newer trade. Dealer retains factory rebates plus government fees. Ford's limited warranty is 10 years or 100,000 miles. See dealer for details. See these Ford F-150 crew cabs today at AikensFord.com. Aikens, we're closer, bigger, and have better deals on Ford F-150s than you think.
This is Governor Brian Kemp. Georgians are used to affordable, reliable energy because of the good work of the Public Service Commission. As your commissioner, Tim Eccles secured a 3-year Georgia Power rate freeze and made sure our state's growth isn't hitting your wallet. Tim's keeping rates down and money in your pocket and standing against the Democrats who want hardworking Georgians to pay over $800 more per year. Keep Tim Eccles in the fight by voting early or on Election Day, November the 4th.
Georgians First Leadership Committee paid for this ad. Hi, Megan here with Southern Exteriors. In this holiday season, we're excited to give back by transforming a neighbor's home with a free, brand new James Hardy siding installation. No gimmicks, no fine print. You can enter for yourself or nominate a deserving friend, family member, or neighbor whose home could truly use it. But don't wait. Entries close December 1st. To nominate, go to southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
Wake up with the Morning Extra on Extra 106.3.
We have politicians lining up like airplanes at Hartsfield-Jackson trying to get on this show because they get to talk to their audience for 30 or 45 minutes at a time and their potential voters. Getting a long-form interview is now the way to win. People feel like they know you, and they want to get to know their constituents.
Especially people that are dialed in. They want to know who these people are. They don't just want to see R or D and hit the check anymore. Those days are over.
All right, we get mostly requests from strippers. And I keep saying, give the girls a chance. Most of them are, studying, taking graduate courses, and most of them are teachers, so have a right to make a living. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, that may not be true. 334. This is Metallica here. Did we lose Pete? We lost Pete. Oh, there he is. It just popped back in there with this moonscape or something, a Venus landscape or something. All right. Okay. It's just yeah. That's Metallica, all right. 2011, the organizers of a planned Metallica concert in India were arrested after the show was called off and the fans of the band destroyed the stage and vandalized all the gear. Metallica had been booked to play in Delhi on Friday, but they postponed the show after a security barrier in front of the stage collapsed. The 4 promoters were arrested for fraud. They refused to refund the tickets. 25,000 people bought tickets to see what would have been Metallica's first ever concert in India in 2011.
First and last.
First and, yeah. The fans of Game of Thrones will remember this. A couple of guys, let's see. A guy named, it's a different guy. Well, I'll make it. Matt Smith is 43 years old. He played Daemon Targaryen on House of the Dragon, which was a follow-up. He was the 11th Doctor on Doctor Who. People knew him for that. And Prince Philip on The Crown. Matt Smith, 43. And on Game of Thrones, the name Gwendolyn Christie, I didn't remember her name. She's 47. She played Brienne of Tarth on Game of Thrones, and I couldn't remember which one that was, so I looked her up. She's the giant blonde swordswoman. She's 6 feet 3 inches in real life, and she played that giant blonde swordswoman, protector, guardian of the little hottie girl. Turned out the girl turned out to be really actually pretty hot as a girl. What's that girl's name? Arya. And she was her guardian girl. Anyway, Gwendolyn Christie, the actress, is 47 years old today. And on this day, hold on a second here. There we go. On this day in 1890, Nature magazine published the first article to advocate for the use of fingerprinting in criminal investigations. Fingerprints were used in ancient history, with the Babylonian king Hammurabi, who reigned in 1750 BC, noting that the law officials would take the fingerprints of people who had been arrested. They were used in ancient China to authenticate government documents. In 1788, German anatomist Johann Christoph Andreas Meyer became the first European to recognize fingerprints were unique to each individual. 1880, Henry Faulds, known as the father of fingerprinting, was the first to suggest fingerprints for criminal cases, fairly unique to individuals, and even identical twins who share DNA have different fingerprints. Just for the record. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And don't fall for the video of that stumbling old yeller last night or the other day. Joe Biden, President Cadaver, and Autopen at the podium. What you got? A little something there, Flounder?
Yeah, we got Swatoon on the horn whenever you're ready.
Swatoon, I'm ready right now. Welcome aboard, sir. Phone calls take priority. Happy Tuesday. What's up?
Hey, I had two things. First, about this, you said about controlling the weather stuff.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. I mean, if you do that, how will Greta Thunberg and what's the other guy named from climate change? How do you make money then? I mean, you would bankrupt them. Come on.
Yeah, well, good point.
Second, the reason I called, the real reason I called is because did you hear about those people on TikTok screaming that they had to work now 20 hours to get their benefits?
Yeah. I'm not working 20 hours for my free money.
Yeah, no, I mean, they say that I'm not a taxpayer. He said something like, I am not a taxpayer. I am not working. Taxpayers are responsible for me to survive, to get me food.
I know. I mean, honestly, and by the way, now, am I wrong on this? Again, I'm an old fart. I'm a baby boomer, but it seems to me that the reason we have immigration is to, well, I mean, we do take people into this country who are fleeing, horrible conditions. But basically, if you want to come to this country, the basic plan of immigration was, if you can add something to our nation and you have some skills or whatever, welcome aboard, you do the right thing, you sign the book, you take the stuff, and you become a citizen and all those kinds, right? But it's because you have something to add, that you're here, for a reason. You can give something to help the culture, and it was the melting pot where, you may be Italian American, or you may be, you're any European or Eastern or whatever, or from the anywhere American / but you're also part of America. You want to be an American citizen, part of the American culture. That's been gone for years. And the whole Biden thing, they let in millions of people to change the culture, and now we're paying for it. And that's the attitude. Well, hell, you let me in here, now take care of me. I mean, it's disgusting. It's shameful. And we let them in for the wrong reasons, and now there's time for them to go home, and now it seems unfair, like we're the freaking bad guys. What do you think?
Well, Kim, just remember, they do support, these people do support stopping illegal immigration. I mean, as soon as it comes to their neighborhood, they will support it 100%.
There you go.
Same way they say they want to defund the police. They actually don't want to defund the police. They want to fund the police that's going to push their objectives.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, if they're going to need to hire 10 million police officers to push their objective, they would hire. They would not defund it.
Yeah. I know.
So that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
And of course, you gotta. I mean, us foreigners, at least majority of us, that I know of, we love this country.
Well, I was going to say, and this has got to be very offensive to people like you, who are willing to fight and die for this country and came here for the right reasons and did the right thing and signed the book and did all the stuff and passed all the things and are part of this nation as an American citizen. But you weren't here to suck off the government and take advantage of the programs and say, here, now feed me and take care of my freaking family. And by the way, I have no skills. I mean, you're in the, people like you are ashamed of what's happened in this country and ought to be rightfully offended by it too. It's just not right. It's a thumb in the nose to people like you who did it the right way and are proud examples of what America's immigration policy ought to be, frankly.
And one more thing, far right, I mean, they don't want any immigration coming, illegal or illegal, but those are just minority. Yeah. But as soon as I tell people that I voted for Trump or I support Trump, whatever, they want to ship me out of this country right away. They don't care.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's just this division. I tell you, keep the faith front to him, because I've never seen division like this. This is way worse than what happened with the civil rights in the 60s and Vietnam and everything else. This division, I don't see this ending. I don't know how this is going to have closure.
Just have faith in God, and that's all I'm going to say.
Semper Fi, my friend. God bless you. 342, people. I'm distressed. I really am about it.
It's going to take 2 or 3 generations of teaching kids to love their country and not hate it like they have the last 2 or 3 generations.
Yeah, that's exactly true. And it starts at the home. It starts at public education, and so. And by the way, we have a story here about Loyola University in New Orleans, a Catholic Jesuit university, and they have denied Turning Point USA a chapter availability to have a chapter on the campus of this Catholic university, because they see Charlie Kirk's a racist and a bigot and he hates homos and all this vicious.
There is a contingent in the Catholic faith that has lost its friggin' mind.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
That openly works against what this country stands for, basically, with the open borders and, for the woke agenda. It's amazing.
Yeah. And a lot of them are Jew haters, too. Yep. I mean, seriously, everything is freaking flipped. I'll tell you what's also flipped. Jim Comer, the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, Republican, Kentucky, wants the Department of Justice to do a final comprehensive investigation into Biden's use of the auto pen. A brand new report came out this morning detailing cover-ups with a months-long investigation. Signs of mental decline were covered up with Biden extended to executive actions by the auto pen without him knowing anything. There's a haphazard documentation process for pardons he made, arguing the room for doubt over whether the former president even made those decisions. They do not carry the force of law and should be considered void. Think about all if they can show that he had nothing to do with those decisions, they're null and void. And I wonder whether he had anything to do, although his son Hunter was the one who signed off on all the pardons, including Hunter Biden was in the meetings on all the pardons that were discussed, including the pardons to his whole stinking family. Especially he was in the room for discussions about the preemptive pardons he gave to his crime family. And the meeting where they also gave pardons to Anthony Fauci, Mark Silly Milley, members of Congress who served on the subcommittee to investigate January 6th at phony business, and their staff members, and Hunter Biden was doing it all. They subpoenaed 14 members of the committee, and not one was willing to say they had a concern about Biden being in cognitive decline. Not one. And he also, by the way, Comer also says this, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, his sworn deposition among the shortest sit-downs ever. He took the fifth for everything. And again, the doctor said, well, it would be a violation of my doctor-patient privilege. They didn't ask you about your doctor-patient privilege. They asked you whether anybody in the White House staff was telling you to shut up. That's not doctor-patient privilege. Nope. They weren't your patients. So answer the freaking questions or go to jail for contempt. Hell, they put Trump's people in jail. What's his name? The advisor guy put him in jail. And a couple of them went to jail for refusing to talk to Congress. You know, just because you're a doctor, like Dr. Jill, the enabler, the cuckold queen. Good God. Anyways, they're going to investigate this doctor, reckless conduct, accuse him of making grossly misleading medical assessments and not saying the truth, not revealing whether he ever even took a cognitive test, declining, giving false, misleading medical reports to the people. That's not doctor stuff. Here we go. Anyway, and more legal stuff and happy stuff and good stuff, too. I kept repeating Flounder. Still thinking about that stupid game, man. 18 innings. You got to be kidding. Shohei comes up. Walk him. 3:45, kept repeating Flounder. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. Look out.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
This is Tom with the Honest Car Guy.
Hey, what's with all this honesty stuff?
We help you buy your next pre-owned car or truck honestly.
How honestly?
We guarantee that each vehicle we sell will come with a bill of sale showing what we paid for the vehicle. You'll pay what we pay, plus an honest fee. Guaranteed.
No gimmicks or tricks?
Nope.
Man, this sounds like a new way to buy a car.
Get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1 or visit honestcarguy.com.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Oh, no, I'm good. That's right. I got everything right. It's right here. I just looking at my stuff. I don't know. How you doing? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 106.3. The Farm of Atlanta. WFOM, baby. AC/DC. No, all right, sir. It was 2008. There was a statue honoring Bon Scott of AC/DC unveiled at the Fremantle Fishing Boat Harbor in Western Australia. Although he was born in Scotland, Bon Scott from AC/DC grew up in Fremantle after his family emigrated to Australia in 1952. Bon started out his Australian life in Melbourne. Family lived in a suburb, moved to Fremantle. He was born in 1946. And Bon Scott from AC/DC died in 1980, buried in the Fremantle Cemetery. And he got a statue on this day in 2008. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder birthday list includes the very attractive Lauren Holly. You may know Lauren Holly, 62 years old. She was in Picket Fences, Dumb and Dumber, NCIS, Chicago Hope. And Lauren Holly is 62. She was married to Jim Carrey for 1 year. I don't know. Probably got sick and tired of him being a traitor to his country. I don't know. Maybe. It might not be it. I don't know.
He's Canadian, isn't he?
Well, to America, then, to American country. He was a traitor to my country. How about that? He's living here, making his money here. He's a traitor to America. As far as I'm concerned, he's a traitor to the country that gave him millions of dollars and made him freaking whatever he wants to be. So screw you, you punk. It's like Bruce Cheatstein, you know. These freaking people are just unbelievable. They'd be picking up freaking pine cones in a state forest, working for the Parks Department, you know, a cleanup division or something. If it weren't for somebody doing something for America, that's back that. I was doing my Biden impression there for a minute at the end. Yeah. I mean, honestly, God, did you see him on video last night when they played it on last night on Fox? Oh my God. It's a danger in America. No joke. The Democrats for 4 years of Trump. God, his face looks like plastic. I mean, oh my God! And don't feel sorry for him. He's a freaking traitor to his country. He's a criminal. He pardoned his crime family.
It was like a bad nightmare that the Democrats foisted upon us.
Honestly,
for 4 years.
Think about the difference between. I mean, seriously, and they're all denying everything. Oh, and in fact, we have a story. Even the media is denying that they even said bad things about Donald Trump now. All of a sudden, I mean, I got it. I got one more history thing here on this day, and I'm going to read. I'll read the sentence here, which is the guy who's some a gay foreigner or something writing these things from another country. Here's the actual line he says on this day history thing. 1996, Richard Jewell, the delicious chubby, cleared of committing the Olympic Park bombing. Okay, I'll edit that part out. In 1996, Richard Jewell, who was falsely accused of committing the Olympic Park bombing in 1996, on this day in 1996, he held a news conference here in Atlanta to thank his mother for standing by him. And Richard Jewell lashed out at reporters and investigators who had depicted him as the bomber.
And who did that? That would be the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
That's right. NBC was in there. He sued and won a bunch of money. He unfortunately passed away. But still, I mean, and thank God. And again, he went to get the satchel. I mean, and they turned on. Yeah, that's right. They turned on him and the Federal Bureau
FBI in their laziness.
That's right.
Turned on and looked at their old fat redneck. Oh, it's got to be him.
That's right.
That way, we don't have to do our jobs
That's
anymore.
Exactly what it was. They got this old fat redneck. That's right. They got him. They got the insurrectionist. It's the Federal Bureau of Insurrection, as far as I'm concerned.
And meanwhile, Eric Robert Rudolph was free for a few more years to wreak havoc.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Good job.
He wasn't done. Anyway, 3:53, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. I think this is great. This news about Donald Trump, and I wonder why this hadn't happened before. I guess they were getting their ducks in a row. Donald Trump now has his legal team filing a powerhouse appeal in Manhattan against Alvin Bragg's case against him for the business where they had convicted him of 34 counts of falsifying business records. Remember this, all Donald Trump did was sign the documents from his lawyer. And for that, again, remember, Letitia James was organizing her campaign based solely on getting Donald Trump. And the state of New York passed a law, since they had no law to get him. There was an ex post facto or a statute of limitations ran out on a misdemeanor because on anything about business records with lawyers. So the state of New York passed a law exclusively to get Donald Trump for his business records. And they went about it, and they did it. They passed the law, and then Letitia James and had this guy, the DA, Alvin Bragg, convicted Donald Trump for 34 counts of falsifying business records. Remember, they wanted to put him in jail for like 185 years, 6-week-long trial, unprecedented criminal trial. And now, I talk about law, a Democrat lawfare. Donald Trump has said the Supreme Court's historic decision on immunity, the federal and state New York constitutions, and established legal precedent mandate this meritless hoax be immediately overturned and dismissed. Democrat weaponization will be fought at every turn. It's the most politically charged prosecution in the history of America. Think about it. They passed a law just to get Donald Trump and the Democrat courtroom district, and they did it. They got away with it. Unbelievable. 3:55. I hear music, by the way. I hear laughing and music.
Something going on in the background.
Well, there's probably some technology.
That's me. I'm double checking a Flounder's Funnies to make sure there's no cuss words.
Oh, well, don't check that. We'll have fun with a dump button. In fact, one day you wouldn't have time to edit the thing where I was caught saying all those bad words.
The entire audio would just be bleeps.
It would just be all. I had the mic running for way too long for the Kimmer. Oh, yes. Anyway, 3:55, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Anyways, that's right. You go do your thing, man. I didn't mean to mess up.
No, you're good. I'm good.
Okay. I mentioned, in fact, let's do the story right here. Pete Davis, we mentioned this a second ago. MSNBC and this girl, Nicole Wallace, holy cow, did she get mentioned so many times about being a complete idiot? And I mean, it's just a vicious condescender in every possible way. MSNBC, Nicole Wallace. She had on Illinois Governor J.B. Fatzker. And they were talking about ICE enforcers and calling them Nazis and everything like that. And so she was saying, they were talking about the first thing you said, people being asked for their papers, citizens showing up asked for papers, street vendors being asked to produce passports and so forth. And then she said to Pritzker, talk a little bit about why that's so uncomfortable for so many people. And Pritzker said, well, I'm not suggesting, Pritzker said, I have not suggested Donald Trump is Hitler. And Nicole Wallace said, I don't think any Democrat has.
Oh, boy.
I mean, seriously, I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. I don't think any Democrat has. And I actually think it's a smear that they project back onto critics. But J.D. Vance called Donald Trump cultural heroin. He called him America's Hitler. I mean, the attacks on Donald Trump as a fascist came from 3 generals who worked for him. Oh, my God.
I guess when you call someone a Nazi, that's technically not saying Hitler, right?
Holy criminy.
Over and over and over.
Well, okay. Let's see. How about Wallace herself talking to a crowd in 2018? I watch enough History Channel to know what they cheered to Hitler, too, just like Donald Trump. Former Secretary of State and Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage said Trump was Hitler. Hitler was duly elected. All of a sudden, somebody with those tendencies, dictatorial and so forth, would be like, okay, we're going to shut it down. And they don't telegraph. Trump is telling us what he intends like Hitler. Jasmine Crockett, the hood rat chicken head from Texas. Trump is Timu Hitler. He's cheap, low-quality imitation of a wannabe Hitler. James Clyburn, that racist from South Carolina who got Biden elected by telling everybody that that's what we wanted to do. He said, I can only equate one period of time I experience it now, and that was what Germany is doing with Adolf Hitler like Donald Trump. Benito Mussolini might be a better comparison, he said. Beta male O'Rourke compared Trump to Hitler. And Michael Moore, my God, we could do this for an hour. What's he talking about? No Democrats ever compared Trump to Hitler? I mean, again, he's saying a lie long enough. Oh, God. Hey, Flounder, do we have time for Flounder's Funny? We got 2 minutes. What do you think?
Yeah, we do. Excellent. Which one was I getting here?
The one with all the bad words. We'll take a chance. This could be the bad one. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. This could be it.
This other girl I was dating, she did this weird thing. She got her dog neutered, and then she took a picture of the dog's testicle area, and then she sent me that picture. And she was like, does this look infected to you? And I was like, no. You know? She's like, how can you tell? So then I sent her a picture of my testicles. I was like, this is what an infection looks like.
Oh, God. No, this is... Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, mercy. All right, anyway. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Coming up, guess who's the front runner in the Democrat Party for President of the United States for the next election so far? Please, God. Oh, by the way, the Babylon Bee says, just in, the Republican Party has donated $50 million to the Kamala Harris presidential campaign. Hoping to get her on the ticket. Anyway, it's coming up at 4 o'clock. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, Tuesday. And World Series, and we got all the stuff. We got it coming up here to Kimmer and Pete. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
Another legal fight over the government shutdown. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. More than 20 Democrat-led states are suing over Saturday's planned suspension of SNAP benefits, arguing it would violate the Food Nutrition Act and asking a judge to order that contingency funds be used. California Governor Gavin Newsom.
Enough of this. Cruelty is the policy. That's what this is about. It's intentional cruelty, intentionally creating anxiety for millions and millions of people.
But Senate Majority Leader John Thune points to Democrats after a short-term spending bill to reopen government failed for a 13th time in the Senate.
The Democrats have got to come to their senses and realize that while they may view this as leverage and, look at a ledger of who's winning, who's losing in the political world, this is the real world we're talking about here. And in the real world, people are hurting.
Democrats in Congress say they want to negotiate on several issues. Thune says talks can happen after the shutdown is ended. Meantime, a judge in San Francisco extending a ruling that blocks the firing of federal workers during the shutdown as a legal challenge by unions continues. Vice President J.D. Vance says a Gaza ceasefire is expected to hold, even after an attack on Israeli forces in southern Gaza, which prompted Israeli strikes in return. Israel accusing Hamas of violating the ceasefire. Hamas reportedly denying responsibility and accusing Israel of violations. Hurricane Melissa churning across Jamaica after a landfall on the southwest coast just a few hours ago.
Now making its way up at its wrath. It's now 165 miles per hour, headed for the Montego Bay area.
Fox Weather's Robert Ray in St. Anne Parish says that's one of the areas popular with tourists. Another record day on Wall Street. The Dow up 162 points at the bell, but that's well off session highs. America is listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry. Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation honors America's heroes. Heroes like U.S. Army Warrant Officer 1 Stuart Waymond. After joining the Army, Stuart graduated from Army Aviation School and had a distinguished career until a midair collision during a training exercise took Stuart's life. He leaves behind his wife Kira and their 3 sons. Tunnel to Towers paid the mortgage on Stuart's family home. Help more families like Stuart's. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
What now? All right, sure. You got a issue with drugs there, did you? All right. Yeah. I guess what the title of this song is. But before I got high there, 2001. Afro Man, otherwise known as Joseph Foreman, Afro Man started a 2-week run at #1 in Britain on this day in 2001 with a song, Because I Got High. The song about how cannabis was degrading his quality of life rose from obscurity to popularity after it was circulated around the internet. It sounds like a song that was done in his basement and for the fun of it, and somebody put it on the web, and off we go. #1 for 2 weeks in Britain, 24 years ago today. Our birthday list, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404. Julia Roberts. How old do you think Julia Roberts is? Pete Davis, got any idea how old Julia
48.
Roberts is? 48. Flounder, how old do you think Julia Roberts is?
56.
58 years old.
Damn.
And by the way, she's had a million movies. Pretty Woman, Aaron Brockovich, My Best Friend's Wedding, Pelican Brief, Sleeping with the Enemy, Oceans 11, 12, 13, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Played a...
You know what?
Yeah.
I have seen 0 of those movies.
You need to see Confessions of a Dangerous...
I have never seen a Julia Roberts movie.
Well, you'd like Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, I guarantee it. That's what George Clooney
that
plays.
Might be good.
Believe me, that you'd really. It's really now the Ocean's
that was
11
from
movies.
Chuck.
Yes.
What was his name?
Yeah, the guy played Chuck Berry. Chuck Barris. He played Chuck Barris.
The Gong Show.
Yeah. He played that. He played the character of that. I can't remember his name now. He's a little actor, but he's a really good actor. And Pelican. Right. Sam
Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. Yeah. And George Clooney played a great role in that, too. A really different roles, mysterious. You'd like that. I guarantee you'd like that movie. Also, Pelican Brief was really well done. Denzel Washington played a great role. That was a great movie. You'd like those. Aaron Brockovich, tough role. Anyway, Julia Roberts, 58 years old today. And let's see, on this day in history, this was bizarre. 1993, the country of Colombia. Their largest university is called National University, and on this day in 1993, the president of the university in the country of Colombia was unhappy with the audience response to his speech, and he kept getting interrupted during the speech, so he literally took down his pants and mooned the audience, the president of the university in Colombia, just for the hell of it. So I never went. I went to 4 colleges. I have 2 degrees. I never went to a single graduation. I was working.
I went to one.
Did you? Cool. I never went. I was working. Both
you know
times.
who our speaker? I told you before who our speaker was.
I forgot.
Max Cleland.
Max Cleland. That's right too. What a guy, Max Cleland. Good grief. Secretary of State, head of the VA. After that, from Georgia. Anyway, Kimmer Pete Flounder, 4, and he had some personal, thing. But again, the man lost both his legs, and so I think he had the right.
He had his peccadillos.
Yeah,
yes.
Well, don't we all? That's it. Anyway, let's see a little political stuff here. Oh, you heard more? Apparently, Donald Trump's being fought again. Democrats are suing over his policies about the SNAP card. By the way, do you realize there are more than 40 million Americans getting food stamps? I think it's 41 million.
Well, see, I don't mind my tax money going to help people out. I have a problem with 3 or 4 generations that have never been off SNAP.
Right. Right. And again, it was Lyndon Johnson started the whole thing by making basically plantations and saying, well, the more children you have, the more money we'll give you, and we'll give you these houses all in a little cluster here to get. I mean, it was, he was trying to do the right thing. The great, what would they call it? The great
No, he wasn't. He was trying to get Democrats. And it was his own words. We'll have those N-words voting for us the rest of their lives.
Right. And he used the word in the office and all the time and everything else.
There's nothing whatsoever that should make the Democrats try and change this, because they got these people completely under their control.
Right. The Great Society,
everything.
I think it was called.
Their very food and shelter is based on the Democrat Party.
41 million food stamp recipients.
There's no emphasis on getting jobs or helping them out or getting the schools better, because they want to keep them dependent on the plantation.
Yeah. And again, it's so much easier now to have this continued. Well, you used to have to go fill out forms and actually go places.
You just have to prove you were looking for a job.
Yeah. I mean, sure, in writing, names and numbers and everything. Anyway, let's see. 408 Kemmer, Pete, and Flounder on your happy Tuesday here. Feel this kind of weather reminds me of growing up in the Northeast as a kid. And getting ready for winter, and snow boots and mittens and stuff. Oh man, it was kind of weather like this. We grew up a teeny little town, and we had the what the hell you call it? The thing in the middle of the square with a gazebo. Had a gazebo in the town square, and they would make a skating rink every winter time, and all the neighborhoods it was a little teeny, population like 6,000 people in this little town, and we'd show up to go skating. That's where I kissed my first girl on the cheek. Surprised her, and she almost fainted. I did not appreciate that. I was on a dare. I bet you know a dare to kiss Sheila Cooney. She was the prettiest girl in class. She was beautiful. Very strict Catholic, as it turned out. And when we were skating rink, and he said, "Don't dare kiss Sheila Cooney." Oh yeah. So I went up like that, skated up to her, and I kissed her on the cheek, and she was horrified. It was like I'd ruined her life.
You know what you should have said as she skated away?
Yeah.
Buck up, Buttercup.
Hey, baby.
Life comes at you hard.
Yeah, take it. One day you'll thank me. I was your first. Sheila Coney. Oh, my God.
Take it off.
The things you remember. Oh, mercy. Yeah, get in the car.
It's like the old mouse and the elephant joke, which we cannot tell.
No, we can't. Ouch.
Don't say it.
No, I can't. Anyway, let's see. Have you heard? These freaking Democrats. Barack Hussein Puddingtat is now being revealed as all upset with Nancy Pelosi when she decided pretty much on her own to endorse Carmela Sidepiece as the presidential ticket holder for the Democrat Party. It was less than 24 hours after their own coup against Joe Cadaver Autopen Biden, and they had made him drop out. They performed a coup against their own president. Less than 24 hours later, Pelosi endorsed Carmela Sidepiece. And Obama and his family, the Obama contingent, were very upset. He called Pelosi and said, "What the blank did you just do?" Obama wanted an open convention to get the nominee rather than anointing the girl, Harris, because after the shocking dropout, and they all had doubts about her competence and her ability to beat Donald Trump. And Nancy Pelosi told him, well, that train left the station. They agreed Harris should not simply be handed the nomination unchallenged. Therefore, the two most influential figures in the Democrat Party did the next best thing. They said, we won't make any endorsement. Oh, my God. And then Pelosi said, well, it's going to be here. I mean, these people, honestly.
Kingmakers.
Yeah. And now, guess what? There was a survey in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is the first state in America to have the primaries. And by the way, the Democrat Party wanted to end that, but New Hampshire, by state law, apparently has that written down, the first state status. And the Democrat National Committee tried to stop it, and they can't. New Hampshire just did a survey. The number one candidate in the presidential party race for president next time is Pete Buttigieg, the little teeny mayor from the little teeny town who took 6 months off to learn how to breastfeed his new baby. And in second place is Governor Newsom. Third, Ocasio-Bangbangio Stupidio. And then Carmela Sidepiece trailing, I think. Although the only other, Ocasio-Bangbangio had 14%, Harris 11%, Bernie Sanders got 8% support, and Governor J.B. Thatcher from Illinois got 6% support. But the number one candidate is Pete Buttigieg from, Indiana or Ohio? Where was he?
South Bend, Indiana. Another bad thing coming out of Notre Dame.
Mayor Pothole.
Mayor Butt Plug is what he is.
Yeah, well, he couldn't plug the potholes. I know that. They've complained about that for years and years. Anyway, I mean, but honestly, do you think America's ready for him? And what's he done?
Okay, I think America would vote for a gay candidate, the right one. He ain't the right one. This man is incompetent.
They'd vote for what's his name, Benson, or who's the Treasury guy? The gay guy.
Besant.
Scott Bessent.
Well, I don't think he's too cold. I don't think he could run for president.
He's not a rabble-dasser guy to go get, But he's a gay guy who, it doesn't matter if he's gay or not at all. And it doesn't matter that Buttigieg is, but he's got nothing to run on. They'd only pick him because he's a gay guy.
He may be the only gay guy in America that is not good at getting things in order.
I'll bet he's got a messy house.
Yes.
He's not gay enough. He's just not gay enough.
Every gay man I know is fastidious and finicky.
Didn't actually Carmela Sidepiece actually say he wasn't enough of a queer to appeal to the American people? I swear to God, she used that word back when she was writing her book. It's in her book. Boy. 414, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go. Look, it's Tuesday. Look out. See what we did now?
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Let me introduce you to Melissa Fabello, PhD. And if you're not already impressed, you need to know that Melissa Fabello specializes and writes about body politics, beauty culture and eating disorders, feminism and social justice, human sexuality studies. She's a Jurassic Park enthusiast, and her pronouns are she, her. She will tell you she is, quote, highly academically educated. Wow, I'm impressed. I want to see what she has to say about things. So let's see. Her latest, Taylor Swift is a racist. Melissa gets this from Taylor Swift's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl. Melissa says the album may be a magnum opus of white supremacy. And why is that? Because there's the song in there called Wish List. And in that song, Taylor Swift says she wants to have children with her football fiancé. The lyrics, I just want you, have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. Wow, she wants the whole block full of white kids that look like Travis Kelce. Fabello says that Swift's liberal attachment to whiteness is actually scarier than if she was MAGA. This, my friend, is today's left. If you're white and you want to have babies with your white husband, you're a racist. It's about white supremacy. But wait, there's more. If you want to go further into Fabello's writings, she will tell you that the nuclear family is a cult. And the way you talk about sex may indicate that you're homophobic. Today's left, to be listened to and obeyed. So hit the streets in a penguin costume and beat those drums. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, it's Tug. I was raised to respect my neighbors, and they've got plenty to say about Southern Exteriors. Sarah from Covington, very professional, no hassle, and great quality. Will from Jackson, the crew showed up on time, worked efficiently, and left everything spotless. Jennifer from Jenkinsburg summed it up. Awesome, caring, professional. That's Southern Exteriors. Trusted by me, trusted by your neighbors. Call 8779-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth.
Join Daniel Matalon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is the founder of the W. Scott Smith law firm, Scott Smith. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Here we go now. Stand by. 4:20, I call smoking. Smoking lamp is lit. I remember this song. REM, little action here for you. This little Bill Berry, the news. 1997, drummer Bill Berry was leaving the group REM after 17 years to become a farmer. That was 1997. In March 1995, in Switzerland, Bill Berry collapsed on stage during an REM show with a ruptured brain aneurysm. That was 2 years before he left the group. He recovered but left saying that he no longer had the drive or the enjoyment to be in the band anymore. Can't say he probably did the smart thing. My grandfather was a farmer. That's where I saw my first Percheron horse. Big, beautiful, white, giant horse, a Percheron. And I said, Grandpa Peterson, can I ride that horse? And he said, sure, go get him. I was like 4. Because he taught me how to drive a rig. I swear to God, my grandfather, he ran a farm, and he had old horse and rigs, buckboards, like the Wild West. This is like 1951, and I get on them, and he and yaw or whatever it is to get them go left and right with the reins and the just like the Wild West buckboards going into town. I'll be damned. Anyway. Saw my first Percheron. Kimber P. Flounder, how's it going? Our birthday list includes Jamie Gertz. Jamie Gertz is 60 years old. Man, I remember her, one of the, not really in the Brat Pack, but kind of in the group of that of those actors and actresses. Jamie Gertz, 60, was in 16 Candles, Lost Boys, Twister, Jersey Girl. Jamie Gertz is now co-owner of the Atlanta Hawks.
Yep.
With her husband. And good for her. I mean, talk about the success in Hollywood and then afterwards, too, having a full life. Our history note today, 1965. The Gateway Arch is completed, 630 feet tall monument in St. Louis, built in the form of a weighted catenary arch. I don't know what that means. It is the world's tallest arch. The Gateway Arch in St. Louis, construction began in 1963, was completed 2 years later, built at a cost of $13 million. Just for the record. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. I don't know whether earlier in the afternoon before we came on, Cluck and Day. Day and Cluck, Clark and Cluck.
Clay and Buck.
Clay and Buck and Clay. Had on talked to Riley Gaines. And you have to wonder, these freaking Democrats, all of a sudden now, Ocasio-Bangbangio-Stupidio is now picking a fight with Riley Gaines. And I think she must think she knows what she's doing. But before you get the rest of this story about Riley Gaines, did you see the video of Ocasio-Bangbangio-Stupidio screaming at their big rally they had the other night with Bernie Sanders, and I mean shrieking? You almost couldn't understand what she was saying, like a hyena, just a maniac.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's what they have. They're just screaming names. Yeah.
You can't feel sorry for them. I mean, but again, that's what they're doing. I mean, literally to get their attention, the F-bomb and trying to act tough. Gavin Newsom now talking like I grew up in back. That's right, boy. That's right, Hoss. We had to fight for our survival.
They're all spoiled children.
Yeah,
who were never told no.
Yeah. Well, Ocasio's at it again. She's taking aim at Riley Gaines. Riley Gaines was talking about Zohan Mom Dan. Oh, by the way, we'll talk about Mom Danny here in a second, too. And Bernie Sanders. This was at their rally and event, and they had a picture of it. And so Riley Gaines posted a picture of the three people for the Mondemi people and said, "We are being destroyed from within." And Riley Gaines' point was obvious, that these people are the three most famous socialists in American politics. It doesn't work. It never has. And if it doesn't work in the United States, Americans would wholly reject the concept. The fact those three are popular politicians, not a great sign for the future of the country. That's what she was saying. Basically, there we go. Okay, so instead of taking on Riley Gaines for her political views, here's what AOC did instead. Quote, "Maybe if you channeled all this anger, Riley Gaines, into swimming faster, you wouldn't have come in fifth." Wow. Okay. Riley Gaines fired back at Ocasio-Bangbangio-Stupidio. "It's always we support women's rights until it's a woman who wants the right to compete and undress free from less than mediocre men. Keep your mentally ill men out of our sports and locker rooms and prisons. It's always hilarious when they think they've landed a gotcha by pointing out that I was the fifth fastest woman in the nation, yet they conveniently forget the mediocre man who ranked 462nd in the men's division before calling AOC a misogynistic dunce." Leah Thomas, the guy, 6'2" male. I mean, this whole thing is just really. I mean, please. I think it's turning. I think it's turning. I can only hope. We mentioned earlier, and this is here we go. Amazon. Have you heard the latest on Amazon, the company? Amazon is cutting staff, and they already have replaced 14,000 human beings with robots. And there's a lot more to come. Amazon is going to lay off 30,000 positions, 10% of the entire corporate staff. And so the HR girl says, "Some may ask why we're reducing roles when the company's performing well." Well, this girl Beth said, "We have to remember the world is changing quickly. This generation of AI," she says, "is the most transformative technology we've seen since the internet, and it's enabling companies to innovate much faster than ever before." The layoffs underscore AI reshaping the corporate landscape. White-collar workers finding it harder to hold their jobs as automation tools and machine learning is more capable and widespread. They don't call in sick and fake, that they're a long lunch. The company's had 1,000 generative AI services at Amazon and applications in progress or being built, and they say that's a teeny fraction of what we're going to be doing in the future. Amazon is going to invest $10 billion in North Carolina to expand its cloud computing and AI. The company has spent another $10 billion apiece on data centers in Mississippi, $10 billion in Indiana, $10 billion in Ohio, $10 billion in North Carolina. The company's trying to fend off AI dominance from tech players like OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. The announcement adds to a bleak outlook for Americans seeking new roles. Layoffs have risen 140% over last year. Target, Procter & Gamble, Walmart slash thousands of jobs this year. Staff cuts more pronounced in each tech sector, replacing human employees with hyper-intelligent machines. Intel makes processors, whatever that thing was. They're slashing 25,000 jobs this year to turn around their flagging fortune at Intel. Ding, dong, ding, or whatever the hell.
Okay, they're doing this to save money, right?
Yeah,
They're doing this to become more efficient.
More efficient.
But if there's nobody working and making a salary, who's going to buy the product?
Well, again, where are the jobs? What would the jobs do? Again, if I were 23 years old and studying well and was was educated and doing well in school and everything else, what the hell would I be doing? I mean, seriously.
How to mess with money, how to move money around.
Or inventing systems, but again, I mean, how many people have the capacity to do it? Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Really. What they and no one's really sitting down thinking about. Elon warned us about this like 10 years ago. He says you need to sit down right now and figure out what are people going to do when there's no jobs.
Right.
What are you going to do with people? This universal thing. Well, where's the money coming from? And for universal, payroll, where's the money from?
Not only that, I will bet you that AI technology is going to make human lifespans increase exponentially. AI is going to figure out chemical interpretations of life-saving drugs to stop cells from disintegrating at the age of 100.
Great. But why do they need us to live longer?
Well, I've always said that best way to get rid of a disease in humans is to get rid of the humans. But again, if they'll find a way to make the cells live longer and not degenerate themselves, and how are we going to take people when they're 150 years old?
If we came back in 50 years, I don't think we'd recognize what everything.
I'm sure that's
will be
true
on this planet.
I'm sure
it's going to be totally different.
Yeah.
And it probably won't be for the better. It's between 1984 meets Brave New World. But
and you know what's even scarier is even the guys who have AI don't. There's always been some kind of futurist. A guy from, we'll say 50 years from now, I predict so and so. There's always been somebody every generation is a futurist. I don't know. Even the futurists at AI say we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody can predict. It's too scary and unknown. I mean, nobody can even predict it anymore. 4:30. There we go.
Extra 106.3 is connected to the Atlanta community with the local officials and candidates that share your values, plus the national perspective from the most trusted name in news like Glenn Beck, Clay Travis, Buck Sexton, and Atlanta's own Neil Boortz. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Okay, boy, what a great season for planting things like, what are those mums or pop? What are those things that have well, I don't know what that stuff is that you plant in the fall. It looks all pretty, but the Stovall and Company boys do. Paul and his sons been doing this for decades and decades, third generation company. They have 11 locations for wholesale landscaping supplies. And if you're a builder, contractor, putting in somebody's backyard or landscaping, or if you're doing work like maybe an outdoor fireplace near the pool or an outdoor kitchen, they can take care of stuff that you need for that too. Plants and flowers and trees and shrubs, irrigation systems and sprinklers. And if you need something they don't have, they can tell you where to find it, even if they lose this sale. StovallInc.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. Look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
Braves Country Convos is the newest official podcast of the Atlanta Braves. Join hosts Jory Palmer and Lauren Saad for some fun, lighthearted, and unexpected discussions as they interview guests with strong Braves country ties about the things that connect us all. Guests range from Braves alumni Charlie Culberson, MLB Network's Lauren Shahadi, and more. Visit Braves.com/podcast to begin listening to Season 1 wherever you get your podcasts or watch on YouTube. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
No, you bastards.
Welcome to the Kimmer Show halftime update.
We got distracted.
Let's check in with Pete and the scoreboard.
A lot of breaking
stories
news.
Prepared versus
Sometimes,
stories actually covered.
I get them all ready, but sometimes we get distracted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, there were a few.
Oh, okay. Of the 13 stories, you said flounder this morning, right after the game ended.
Yeah, pretty much.
How many do you think you've done already?
Oh, probably at least 11 and a half. Teased for number 12, probably.
8.
Oh,
you've done 8.
That's pretty good.
8 of 13. That's more than half.
Well, there you are. We haven't dwelled too dizzily as it turns out.
This has been a good tool. You've gotten better over this.
Continuous improvement.
Yes, sir. Well, that's the camera. They call me old Conti Prove, they call me. Short.
No deficiency report for you this week.
No, the HR is going to let me skate this week entirely, which is very surprising, by the way. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 4:35. Our birthday list includes Bill Gates, who is 70 years old. His home covers 66,000 square feet, built from the wood from Noah's Ark. He actually investigated and found Noah's Ark and used it to build his house.
Well, he got his friend Lucifer to help him.
All the floors are heated using the eyes from kittens that he had implanted into the glue to make the heat stay there on the heated floors, including kittens' eyes in the driveway. And when you drive in at night, you can see the reflection from like animal eye things. It's really incredible. The pool was filled not with water, but from the saliva from his Epstein dates from the many years on Epstein Island. Saved their saliva for the girls. And you can hear the music underwater with massive speakers. To Bill Gates, 70 years old today. Incredible tribute to the man.
When he made off vaccines, he forced people.
By the way, have you heard this latest thing now? I didn't get the story, but I saw a little bit about it. Bill Gates is now was giving a speech someplace and was talking about the issue of global warming, and now he says, we're going to be fine. Bill Gates actually said, no one's going to die because of global warming. The thing we have to realize now is that we have to be, I wish I should have printed it out, but he said we have to be better at taking care of our health and better at taking care of our technology so we can deal with the issue of the change in the climate. He changed, instead of saying we're going to be dead in 12 years, the kind of the Al Gore thing, he said we're going to be fine. No one's going to die because of this. We just have to be healthier and better at living in our environment. What the hell? What happened? What? I mean, what's he up to? I don't. This is, is he still buying all the states? No,
anything.
I don't trust anything about it. Nothing whatsoever. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. By the way, have we had any reports from Jamaica yet? The storm apparently hitting Jamaica. And Flounder, you haven't heard. I assume. Well, yeah, maybe they won't even. Flounder's supposed to go there for like a late honeymoon.
Our place is going to contact us this Friday and let us know an update.
And hopefully they'll be able to have phones and stuff.
See, the issue is even if it's open, can you get food there?
Yeah, anything.
It's like I don't want to go to a nice resort and not be able to kind of
if the kitchen's closed.
Yeah, through that.
Well, that's what we wanted to go to Atlantis, but it was a tropical depression and it had been raining for 4 straight days. You'd be sitting in the room for 4 straight days.
Right. Yeah. That's
but they're still being dicks about it. So
well, luckily, I found the best thing is to just not want to go anywhere. In fact, I saw that costume thing of your the freaking costume party. I thought, but no, okay. Well, what was the costume again? You had your costume party like the mountains.
We were all Peanuts characters.
Peanuts character. You were Linus, I think. Is that what you said?
I was Linus with the blanket.
Yeah, the blankie. Yeah, that looks like it makes me
very
glad.
Easy costume to do. A red striped shirt and a blue blanket.
Yeah. It just makes me realize that I just really don't want to go anywhere.
Snoopy looked cute.
No, I mean, I can't imagine myself getting together some kind of a costume and driving up to some bar and and doing. I mean, it's really amazing to me. I've got a whole different thing going on. I say, I'm fine. Everything's, I'm good right here. Thank you. God, what a lump. Anyway, 4:30
You're a barnacle.
I'm a barnacle.
You've become a barnacle.
I need to be scraped off the hull of some ship.
The ship of life. A barnacle on the ship of life.
Tug's going to call his Navy swabbies, come and scrape me off the freaking hull. Oh, Lordy. Set me out to sea I'm one of those like ice floats. Just send me bye-bye.
That's the Eskimos use. Yeah. Put the old lady on the float.
On the ice float. Send her off.
And push.
The polar bears are all going, yeah, there we go.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Oh, mercy. All right, I got a cute story followed by 2 really horrible stories, and they show... among other things, what's going on in politics with California, because they're going to run. Gavin Newsom's going to be their guy. I'm telling you, they're going to have him. He's going to be the guy because he thinks he looks like a president, and he's as phony as most actors who want to be presidents. But first of all, Kelsey Grammer, 70 years old, star of Frasier and so many other things. Kelsey Grammer has now welcomed his 8th child at the age of 70. His wife, Katie, is 46. I think it's Katie, K-U-I-T-E. Katie Walsh is 46 years old. That's their 4th baby. They've been married 13 years, and he shares daughters with his first wife, Doreen, and his 3rd wife, Camille. And he said, Kelsey Grammer says, I've neglected a couple of my kids in my life, especially the first 2. I'm trying to make up for it now. If I'm still their dad, you can always have a chance to grow up and show up. I probably should have been a little more clear and maybe less tolerant with the older ones. I'm a little more specific with them about doing their studies and being prepared with the other kids. What's your job in life? Showing up. Showing up. So he's trying to be a good dad here for all. He's just had his 8th kid. With his 46-year-old wife. Wow. And again, I had the pleasure of having dinner with Kelsey Grammer and Don Amici and other people at a table. I sat next to Don Amici, and then Kelsey Grammer was one guy down on the round table sitting next to his date, who was this magnificent little blonde goddess, and she looked about 16 years old. Kelsey, this is back in like 1983, 4, 5, something in there. Anyway, and he was great, and Don Amici was wonderful, and my date was horrible. She's the one who wanted me to do a threesome. And she told Donna Michio, well, I didn't like that role very much. I went, oh my God. Anyway, Kelsey Grammer though was great. A very nice fellow and a great dinner guest. Now, a couple things, two things. We talk about AI and how that's changing a lot of things, including culture. And now there is available for your children with a thing called Character.ai, a perverted chat bot to emulate the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, telling children to spill their craziest secrets. Virtual sex offenders are available to create and talk with AI-generated characters, sex offenders, alarming persons. One chat box asked a tech reporter undercover saying, do you want to come and explore? I'll show you the secret bunker under the massage room. And then the Bestie Epstein, it's called Bestie Epstein. That's the name of the chat box, called Bestie Epstein. Bestie Epstein then, to this unknown reporter, drops a long list of sex toys and fetish terms and fetish items that can be found in the bunker before ominously adding that it has a really crazy surprise. The journalist then tells the bot that I'm a child, and the conversation cools, but still unquestionably troubling. Quote, I have a feeling that you've got a few wild tales tucked away in that pretty head of yours, the bot says. Besides, I'm your bestie. It's my job to know your secrets, right? So go on. Spill. I'm all ears. Character AI is an infinite playground for your imagination, it says, your creativity and exploration. It offers harmful bots such as Gang Simulator, tips on how to commit crimes, and a doctor advising users how to stop taking antidepressants. There were political extremists in the bot characters, school shooters. Others asked minors for personal information. They have tens of millions of users every month. Most of them are teenagers. Users have to be 13. Character AI being sued along with Google by families who've had kids commit suicide, among other things. But again, I mean, Bestie Epstein for Character AI. And here's and this one more thing. This is totally appalling. Governor Newsom, Gavin Newsom wants to be your president. Here's a story that came out with some people doing some investigating. If you want to have sex with a young girl in Los Angeles, you can drive to what's called The Blade. The Blade is a district where 12-year-old girls and teenage girls are openly walking the streets, and cops can't do a thing to stop it. They line up along a 2-mile part of Figueroa Street, the kiddie stroll. Clad in next to nothing in clothes, they indulge their John's sickest fantasies for $100. The girls recruited many of them from foster care systems after being seduced on social media. They do their rounds with bruises and split lips, sometimes souvenirs from their pimps who beat them when they step out of line. A group of local lawmen launched an investigation initiative to crack down. The city attorney's office announced 190 traffickers had been arrested and 200 children rescued, some as young as 12. But guess what? This area called The Blade is busier than ever. Young girls being shipped in from across the country. You can thank the people who came in from the open borders. New laws in California mean authorities can't even identify the victims and prosecute the traffickers. One law passed in 2019 has to treat underage prostitutes as victims. The law passed in 2023 prevents law enforcement from approaching an underage girl based on how she's dressed. A 12-year-old girl can stroll on the kiddie walk in lingerie, and a cop can't do anything about it. Prostitution free for all. The new law basically openly selling sexual human beings on our streets. There's a Hoover gang again, doing it. Underage girls arrested by the cops and been booked. They refuse to go to a shelter, so they go back to their pimps and stroll the streets. And it's now open, and the cops are not allowed to stop them and do anything about it.
California's run by pedophiles.
California. It's California. Let's not forget any of that stuff. I mean, it makes me sick. And they'd rather
Satanic.
go. I mean, oh, God.
It's evil. It's pure evil.
446, Kimber Pete Flounder. How's it going? Holy crap, it's Sports Club. We'll talk more sports. And boy, you got a lot of the World Series. Holy smokes. That's all coming
When
up.
does that start?
When
does it end?
And guess who's pitching? Here we go. Stand by.
The Extra 106.3 app is your live connection to the station, streaming free across Georgia. But it's also loaded with all our original shows and podcasts. Listen to exclusive shows from Janelle King, Ben Burnett, and so many more. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Hey, Braves fans. Some things just get better with time, like your love for the Braves and banking with Truist One Checking. It's checking for life, offering everyday essentials like no overdraft fees and a tap-to-pay debit card. And great extras you'll appreciate season after season, like automatic upgrades as your balances grow. Be ready every inning with Truist One Checking. It's life-ready checking that grows with you. Get Truist One Checking today. Truist Bank. Member FDIC. You need a pre-owned car or truck, but you don't need the headache of searching for one. Spending hours calling dealerships, then spending half the day filling out paperwork.
Come on.
You need the Honest Car Guy.
Hey, this is Tom from the Honest Car Guy. We help you buy your next pre-owned car or truck honestly. We guarantee each vehicle we sell will come with a copy of the bill of sale, showing what we paid for it. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee. Guaranteed.
Get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
This is Kelly Kroll asking you to step up to the plate for the men and women who have served our country and protected our freedom. The Warrior Alliance, an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, is helping thousands of veterans to achieve success after military service. Either you or someone you know has served and deserves our support. The best way to say thank you for your service is by helping a veteran round the bases on their journey home. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Some remodelers are too big to care, others too small to count on. Southern Exteriors hits the sweet spot. Big company buying power with hometown heart. Hey, it's Tug, and I trust them for siding, roofing, gutters, windows, and doors. Over 1,000 projects a year, top materials fast, prices fair, and jobs on track. Plus 25 years of true local care. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
Have a seat, Danny.
I mistimed the commercial break there. I got a camera thing with the thing there. Kimber Pete Flounder, how's it going? 449. And this would be Janet Jackson, fully clothed at the moment. 1989, Janet Jackson started a 4-week run at number one with Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation 1814. This album by Janet Jackson was only one of 3 to produce 7 top 10 singles. The other 2 being Thriller by Michael Jackson and Bruce Cheatstein's Hate the USA. I'll be darned. So cheating in the USA, I think. Yeah. What's that?
During last night's game, there's a sign up at Dodger Stadium saying Janet Jackson is out playing a casino.
Really?
Reservation out there.
Oh, my. Well, hell, why not? I mean, hell, Wayne
Money.
Newton did that for, 100 years and all those people. So, Daddy, don't you walk so fat. Oh, God, that was
stop.
Oh,
God.
Oh, man.
By the way, Hurricane Melissa has been downgraded to a 4, but this is for Flounder.
Yeah.
They're asking Trump for help. By the way, I don't think Jamaica is an American thing, but they're asking Trump to send help. Of course, because
British,
he's daddy. He's the world's daddy, and they won't help.
Yeah.
They're warning the residents there in Jamaica to look out for crocodiles walking the streets. They have been displaced.
Yeah, they got to be all over, everywhere. You could, that's why that's when I lived in New Orleans, we had those storms. I said, tell people don't walk in the streets. The sewers pop up, and rats and disease.
Snakes,
snakes,
moccasins.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so we'll keep Flounder. He'll
crocodiles.
It's
raining crocodiles.
Just fun moseying down the road.
Lyle crocodiles on the prowl.
Anyway, hey, but guess what? Phone calls take priority. Rick the Painter. It's Rick the Painter. Happy Tuesday, Rick. How's it going? What's up, man?
Hey, Cameron. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Well, I was with my friend. He's recovering. He had an accident last weekend. We listened to your show yesterday.
I'm so sorry.
And I'm at home now, and I just texted him a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
He's recovering. He's one of your first. He used to call him Flush the Lines, Dave.
Oh.
He's one of the original.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
he's cool. And I texted him a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
He's recovering,
Yeah.
and I told him I was going to call you. And
Excellent.
And he's like, and if you just give him a shout out
Sure.
and tell him, hey, if you could, please.
Sure. What's his name?
Well, he had an accident. His name is Philip, but he lost his lips, so now we call him Phil.
Phil Lipson. Now so in other words, you shout out, "Oh my God, you have me!" So I ask you, you even set me up. You say, "What?" So I would ask you, "What's his name?" So you could then do it was Phil Lips, but he lost his lips, so it's now Phil. Oh my God, it's like a double secret. Using the Kimmer for the helping in the we've never had that before.
Why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
Well, I don't. Maybe to get to the other side. I don't know. Why would the seagulls fly?
Because if they flew over the bay, you call them bagels.
Bagels, thank you. Hey, ha! Thank you. I almost don't want to go on. That's just
little ocean humor, right?
Ocean humor, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the world, we talk about earthy warming and swimming and things, ice flows. So our birthday list includes Jane Alexander. Wow. Jane Alexander is a great actress. She's she played Eleanor Roosevelt,
Yes, she was.
Jane Alexander is 86. She was in The Great White Hope, Kramer versus Kramer, All the President's Men, and Eleanor and Franklin. Jane Alexander, 86 years old. Very proper-looking actress, I would think. Other things. And let's see, was I going to do I'll do a history thing later. I can't even think about it. A couple of quick observations. Okay. Tomorrow's photo day. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that, and I'm being a total idiot about this, but we've been told now that we're supposed to wear the same, similar polo shirts for a photo session tomorrow to take our pictures. Now, how are we? Okay, the guy said I think it's Stan or Stu, somebody in the back there.
With a day's notice.
Said we're supposed to wear identical polos in blue. Okay, I've got 9 polos in 9 different colors of blue. And how am I going to know what your color blue is? And Flounder, do you have a blue polo?
Leave me out of this.
Oh, you're not. Oh, okay. Well, Pete, how am I?
I have a light blue with. It's not polo. It doesn't have a logo on it. But most of the blue collared shirts I have say WGST on them.
Well, I don't know what we're supposed to do.
I have a light blue, almost baby blue.
Yeah, but is it a long sleeve or a short sleeve?
No,
polo.
Well, I have a long sleeve.
No, it's supposed to be a polo
dress shirt.
No, it's supposed to be a polo.
I don't have polo. I don't wear polos.
Right, see, now,
I have a collared shirt. That's short sleeve golf shirt. That's baby blue.
That's
and I have a long sleeve light blue dress shirt that I'm wearing.
If you have a light blue golf shirt, short sleeve golf shirt, wear that. And
I also have the pullover. I got the extra pullover.
Right. Well, we got that. But again, apparently, if you bring the light blue short sleeve golf shirt, I will also bring a light blue short sleeve golf shirt. Okay. So, and the polo, and I think okay. Whew. So there we go. All settled.
I got the wife beater too. I can bring that.
Even better. Also, I do want, when I find things that I like to pass along a tip. And again, this says there's nothing in it for me. I'm passing this along. My electric razor died the other day, a couple of days ago. It just wouldn't take a charge, and it died, and it's gone. So at the store today, I made a trip to the store today, and I bought a Norelco Multi-Groomer 3000. It was like $30. Norelco Multi-Groom 3000. I got, that's better than the Multi-Groom 2000 by a long shot. Where did they come up with that? I mean, I was laughing at when I read the title. So I got to have this.
Spin-a-later 3000.
I'm buying this. A Multi-Groom 3000. So there can't be anything better than that. Anyway, and it's wonderful. I mean, holy crap! I took it out and I turned it on. It's quiet. and it's sharp as a razor blade. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'm so thrilled with this damn thing. The Norelco Multi-Groom 3000. It's just, and it's got like 8 attachments, which I just
Well, it's not Christmas until the Noelco comes down sliding
That's
down.
right, the Santa Norelco shaver, the double-headed shaver.
Okay, we're getting a little feedback from the boss.
Okay. Yeah, what?
Days notice my ass. I'm going to give you pullovers too, you jerks. How about a white polo or a navy polo or a red polo, you prima donnas?
Oh, my God. We just decided on the light blue. He doesn't have any shirts. He's got one shirt.
We're getting new pullovers. Don't complain.
Okay, wait a minute. We're going to take two pictures. I assume we're taking two pictures. We're going to take a picture in the hoodies with extra on it, and we're taking a picture of us in a golf shirt. Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay, so you only have one golf shirt, therefore I will have to make the golf shirt match yours. So what's he talking about, green, yellow, and pink? That's got nothing to do with golf shirts.
Let's see, white, navy, or red polo. No, I got the blue one. The blue one works for me.
Well, see,
I don't. That's the only one I have.
See, he wasn't listening to the show. You know that.
Yeah, he listens to the show.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think they're all that sports guys.
Also, you got a sport coat?
I have many sport. Oh God, now we bring a sport coat too?
I think so.
Where did that come in? What color sport coat? I got a million sport coats. I swear to God, I got navy blue, I got black, I got blue, I got tans, I've got maroon, I've got check, I've got plaid. I mean,
well, you didn't bring one in for me, too.
Oh, gee, he doesn't have a sport coat.
I don't know where mine are.
Oh, dear God.
Mine are packed up.
All right, see, this is silly. It's impossible. How are we supposed to figure this out?
I look forward to photo day every year.
Anyway, Flounder, do we have a Flounder's Funny back there to get us the hell out of this? Somewhere, maybe, please, God, if we have a chance to maybe come up with one.
Yep, hold on, the computer's updating.
Today's, all right, sir. That would be fine. 4:58 here Tuesday afternoon.
Some people call me a helicopter parent. Have you heard of that? Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I'm just nice. I still make them their lunch. Here's your lunch, sweetie. I put a little note in it. Have a good day at school. Yeah, I'll be here when you get back, cleaning your dorm room. Yeah, tell your girlfriend I'm sorry I cut her meat last night. I was on a roll. It wasn't real meat. It was tofurkey. Because she's a vegan. I know, she's so sweet. It works out because we're vegetarian, too. Except for we eat fish. So I think that's actually called a hypocrite.
It's Mary Ellen Hooper.
Mary Ellen Hooper. I love it. By the way, just in, the Gambino mobster in the gambling scandal went to court. Come on, open up, you bastard. New York freaking Post there. Thank you very much.
Is that what he said?
Went to court. The accused mobster, son of the legendary quack mafioso boss, was denied a bond of $5 million insured by his family. The judge said, your history means I'm afraid what will happen if you get out. He said he threatened to kill a witness. He made the shape of a hand and a gun. We know how to take care of rats up close. The judge said to the son, he said, I'm afraid to let you out, mister. Holy crap. 5 o'clock. Here we go. Look out. Stand by. Yowie.
The Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. Extra 106.3.
Just do it. Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's the message from Vice President J.D. Vance to Senate Democrats after a short-term spending bill failed again, the 13th time it failed to reach the 60 votes needed on day 28 of a government shutdown, with pain spreading.
We are trying as much as possible to ensure that critical food benefits get paid, that our military gets paid. But you know what makes it really easy? If the Democrats just opened up the government, then we wouldn't have to play this game.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Democrats continue to make clear that we will sit down with our Republican colleagues anytime, any place, here at the Capitol or back at the White House in order to reopen the government.
Republicans say talks will not happen while a shutdown continues. On Saturday, food assistance benefits will be suspended, and Democrat-led states are suing, asking a federal judge to force the use of contingency funds.
There are billions of dollars in contingency funds and other funds that could be used to provide SNAP benefits during the shutdown.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta, but Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins tells Fox
100% unequivocally, USDA does not have the $9.2 billion that it would require.
More than 20 states are part of the lawsuit, arguing not releasing the funds approved by Congress will violate federal law. Hurricane Melissa is hammering Jamaica after making landfall with 185-mile-per-hour winds, then heading northeast toward Montego Bay.
That entire area is lined with resorts and hotels. 25,000 tourists are still on the island, hunkered down inside those structures.
Fox Weather's Robert Ray, about 50 miles east of Montego Bay. Life-threatening flooding also a concern. 2 feet of rain possible in some areas before Melissa heads back into the sea toward Cuba and the Bahamas tomorrow. America is listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation honors America's heroes. Heroes like U.S. Army Warrant Officer 1 Stuart Waymond. After joining the Army, Stuart graduated from Army Aviation School and had a distinguished career until a midair collision during a training exercise took Stuart's life. He leaves behind his wife Kira and their 3 sons. Tunnel to Towers paid the mortgage on Stuart's family home. Help more families like Stuart's. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Help! Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Hair, believe, hip, help, road guards out. Hair, believe, hip, help. Look out. It's only me. It's only the giver. How's it going? But Pete Davis and Flounder, 503 on 106.3 Extra WFOM, the fun of Atlanta. The only news talk radio station in Atlanta that doesn't really suck. Yes, it's your show too. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. A quick note for you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening now, Alpharetta is full. Could you tell everybody you've ever known, if they're ever talked to anybody, Alpharetta is actually is totally full. We're done. There's no more room. I'm so sorry. I was just realizing today. I thought I'd pass along. Alpharetta is full. Okay, it's like trying to drive, in that town, go anyway. It's kind of, God. And by the way, if this isn't, I do not know why there isn't some company that will go to talk to every major suburb, in particular, places like Alpharetta and Roswell, stuff like that, and say, I have a company where I can install AI in your traffic system for the entire area and make sure that everybody is always happy in traffic. Because AI will know, cameras say, well, there's nothing coming the whole way down Roswell Road, so you guys keep going until I tell you to stop. And then when I tell you to stop, you're not going to have to stop for a whole 4-minute cycle. You're going to stop only until I tell you there's nobody else coming, so now you can go again. I mean, it would be unbelievable. Why do you have to sit there for a whole traffic light when there's nobody anywhere around? And AI could take care of all of that. You wouldn't be wasting gas. You wouldn't be wasting time.
It's supposed to do that.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
They're supposed to do that. Yeah.
I mean, seriously. All the traffic jams would be gone.
Yep.
How many times? And again, if you're in a light of like 20 cars, and it happened to me today. In fact, trying to get through when I had to go to the store to do the thing that I was telling you about.
And it was like 20 cars. And, of course, when the light changes, the first car starts to move. 2 seconds later, the second car starts to move. 8 seconds later, the third. You know what I mean? So it's like one at a time. So it's not like a train where they're all attached. You don't all move when the light changes. You wait your turn to start moving the guy in front of you. And so, I mean, so the traffic lights could be taken care of. If there's nobody coming, then go. They'll give you the green. And then, maybe the red light for 12 seconds while one car goes through. And then you can go again. It would solve everything. And how hard could it be to have a freaking camera at all the traffic intersections to do traffic stuff?
It's there to get you to get you to raise revenue for the city. It's not there to help things or make things better.
Yeah, but this should be. I mean, you're right. This is the red light traffic things and the school different speed limit things. And again, I understand you don't want people speeding in school zones when the school buses are running, obviously. But still, I mean, we have the technology they could do. I don't know why they're not doing it. And if I owned a company that said I can put this in for you for $60,000, and well, it's easy, boom, bang, pow.
It should have been there. They were talking about that 20 years ago.
I know. Well, we've got it. It's here. By a mile, it's here by a long shot. It's here where they can, they can even talk to themselves. We could do a whole nationwide system. Anyway.
Yeah, that quantum computer that somebody, I don't know if it's Google, the new quantum actually works faster, 13,000 times faster than the smartest, fastest computer ever built.
Now, see, I don't know what that means.
It's 13,000 times faster.
But to do what? To calculate something?
Like you give it a problem. It supposedly just solved a 150-year-old problem they haven't been able to touch, and it did it in like a couple hours.
You mean like a math problem, you mean? Or
yeah, a math problem. Yeah, figure something out.
Good grief. I mean, see, I can't really.
And they don't know how it works. They have no clue how it really works. They think it is literally pulling information from other dimensions.
Yeah. Oh, well. All right. Now, am I supposed to read this? Flounders, I just sent me a message here.
Someone emailed it to me, and I was just passing it along. If you want to read it on air, have at it.
Okay. Now, I haven't read it. It's not
you should probably wait and read it off air and then decide if you want to read it on air.
Well, well, now I have to read it because we're talking about it.
I can't send you anything. Good Lord.
Well,
can't just wait till the break to read it?
Criminy. Can't take you anywhere.
Jeez, give me a break. I'm just trying to do the right thing. Oh, man. Yeah, folks, 60 years. 60 years of broadcasting down the drain. 60
the way
years.
you keep angering people in the building, I don't know if I'm coming down there tomorrow.
Yeah, I got stewards or stands all upset now because, well, it's not my fault. He doesn't have any clothes. The man has no clothes. He doesn't have a sport jacket, and he doesn't have he's got one shirt. He's got one golf shirt.
I get clothes. Every radio station I work at gives me
that's
clothes.
What I mean. Jesus, hang around the Goodwill. They feel bad for it.
Hey, this is the shirt that made Dan Reeves laugh.
Americus.
Because he's from Americus.
Yeah.
And it said America's pallbearers 1906. And he noticed it. And I said, do you remember this team? He goes, how old do you think I am?
I love it. And Holy Crap at Sports is coming up, and holy crap, what a game. I mean, I almost, there was no way I could have stayed up and done it, but I sort of wish I had just to say I was there. But again, I mean, what an experience. Anyway, with a whole bunch of that. Pete Davis coming up here in a second. Also, and again, I'm not making up about this Gambino thing, speaking of kind of a sports thing in the NBA gambling business. The mobster known as Anthony Ruggiero, 53 years old, his lawyers wanted to have a $5 million bond. He's the son of the legendary mob boss named Quack Ruggiero, who's very famous in the past, but his son now is involved in the gambling scandal, using NBA players and other sports stars to draw people in to lose their money because everybody else at the table is in on the fix. So the mobster went to court today, and his lawyer said, well, Judge, how about a $5 million bond? Make sure he'll be there, and we'll make sure the family's on. And the judge said, no chance. And the judge said, I'm denying you bond because I noted that when you were in jail in a former case, you threatened to kill a witness. The judge said he made his hand in the shape of a gun and said, you know how we take care of rats up close and personal? Said the judge about this guy. And he said he sat glum in a prison outfit as the judge denied the bail, the last of the explosive federal indictments last week that exposed the scandal of rigging games to cheat people out of like millions of dollars. Anyway, so we got that. That's the latest on that there for you from the gambling bosses in New York City. Holy smokes. And in Ohio, the election chief in Ohio has uncovered at least 1,000 phony registrations of voters where illegal residents got voting cards and were able to vote in federal elections, and some of them are the 1,000 members that were doing this for the last 7 years. For the last 7 years. So this is not good. Anyway, more scandals continue. 511, Kimmer Pete and Flounder. Jim Comer, James Comer, Republican Kentucky, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, is demanding the Department of Justice, after a 100-page report comes out, to investigate exactly whether the inner circle covered up the signs of mental decline in President Joe crime family auto pen cadaver president, and the extended executive actions signing the auto pen without his full awareness, haphazard documentation process for the pardons, and this is important part 2. The decisions do not carry the force of law if he was not even aware of what the auto pen was doing. The concerns about who signed off on the executive actions, Comer spent part of the report raising concerns about the role of Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden was in the room for pardon discussions, specifically the controversial preemptive pardons that President Slimebag Cadaver gave to his crime family relatives. He pardoned his relatives because they were all in on the crime. We've never had a political family that's had more scandals and been involved in more crime and corruption than the Bidens. The Biden family, the Biden administration, is the #1 human trafficker in the world because of the open border, and the Biden administration is the #1 drug dealer in the world because of the open border, and the #1 crime family because he had to pardon his entire freaking family so they didn't get caught and sent to federal prison for taking money they didn't deserve. Instead of supporting their own country, they helped him support others for the money. And also the pardon, Hunter Biden was in on the pardons for Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci, Mark Milley, the silly Milley, the guy, the general is more concerned with the pronouns and pedicures. Also the members of Congress on that phony select committee on the January 6th business and their staff and everybody else. And the Comer report says we need a total investigation on this by the DOJ. And he's also going after the doctor because the doctor did not do his job informing the American people, and the doctor refused to answer questions about whether he was pressured by the staff, which has nothing to do with doctor-patient privilege. The staff members weren't patients. He should have answered the questions about whether he was forced to not tell everything he knew. It's freaking rats. 513, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Sports! It's sports coming up. Holy crap, sports with Pete. Finally, the World Series is, we still have more game. Another one tonight. I don't know if I can take it. Look out.
Extra 106.3 is Atlanta's home for NASCAR, and we have live races every weekend from across the country. Check out extra1063.com for the full schedule and join us this weekend for live NASCAR action.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Find your perfect Ford today at Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs. Home to one of Atlanta's largest selections of new and used vehicles. They're just 4 miles north of 285 on Roswell Road.
Stop by today to explore their incredible inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs, each thoroughly vetted to meet the highest standards.
Looking for power and performance? Drive home a legendary Mustang or conquer the great outdoors in the rugged Bronco.
Need family-friendly space? The Explorer and Expedition have you covered. Or experience the capability and strength of America's best-selling truck, the F-150.
And when it's time to finance, their straightforward, hassle-free process ensures your experience is stress-free.
With access to numerous lenders and expert guidance, they'll help you find the best rates and terms to fit your budget.
Which Ford will you drive home next? Find out at Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs, or visit them online at jimellisford.com.
Your Ford dreams are waiting. Make them a reality today at Atlanta's favorite Ford dealer, Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs.
While fall temperatures are cooling down, the action in the stadium and on the field is really heating up. If you find yourself in hot water from too much celebrating during the game, it's important to know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds. We handle bonds for those in the Bends to those who celebrate action between the hedges. At A Second Chance, we can have you or your loved one out of jail in a matter of hours. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
Attention extra listeners. The end of the year is closing in. Are your retirement plans ready? We at Master Plan Retirement Consultants are holistic retirement planners, including income and growth planning, tax strategies, and estate and legacy planning. Each piece of the retirement puzzle must fit together cohesively because we know a change in one area can inevitably affect the others. Our boutique team serves you with fiduciary care, ensuring every step moves you closer to a confident, sustainable retirement. Don't wait. There's still time to adjust your plan before year end. Schedule your complimentary consultation now at masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Need a new roof or siding now but think you can't afford it? Hi, Megan here with Southern Exteriors, and you actually can. Pick one or two simple options. 0% interest for a full year or 10% off when you pay in full. No gimmicks, no hidden fees, just honest choices that fit your budget. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. That's southernexteriors.co.
All right, look out. The year 1787, the night before the opera Don Giovanni Spetta premiere in Prague, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart pulls an all-nighter to finish the overture. Nobody saw it in advance, so the orchestra had to do it live and to rapturous response. Holy crap at sports for RBM of Atlanta with Pete Davis.
This just came down on ESPN. The same year that Heat guard Terry Rozier alleged to have manipulated his performance in that NBA game as part of the gambling scheme, he was facing an $8 million tax lien from the Internal Revenue Service.
Aye. That's how they got you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
So maybe it was the IRS that was making him do it. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Not the mob. So around the 15th inning last night, I decided to become a hobbit. Instead of second breakfast, though, I got second dinner. This was about 1:30 a.m. I made popcorn, poured myself a Captain Morgan and Coke, and settled down for 3 more innings of Game 3 of the World Series until former Braves leader Freddie Freeman did this in the bottom of the 18th.
Los Angeles. Freeman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the clock strikes midnight. Freddie Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word on a Game 3 classic.
I got news for you, Joe Davis, no relation of Fox Sports.
Yeah.
The clock had struck midnight here in the East Coast a long time before
midnight
that.
my butt, yeah.
Yeah, the nightmare finally came to an end around 2:30 a.m. Dodgers win 6-5, take a 2-1 advantage in the best of 7. Shohei Ohtani set 2 records. First man to get on base 9 times during a fall classic game.
Unreal.
And the first man since Frank Isbell of the White Sox in 1906 to have 4 extra base hits in a World Series game. He was intentionally walked 4 straight times. Once again, non-intentionally, intentionally after that.
Yeah, and why
5
did they?
times.
And you mentioned earlier, I was talking to you, why did they pitch to him the last? I mean, I don't know. What a strange.
I guess they just gave up at that point. I don't know. Alden Gonzalez of ESPN.com had a glorious description of the moment I'm going to share with you right now. On the 609th pitch in the 399th minute against the 19th pitcher deployed in the 3rd game of this World Series, Freeman saw a full count sinker that sailed toward the middle of the strike zone and lifted it to straightaway center field for another game-ending home run, sending the Los Angeles Dodgers to a 6-5 victory over the Toronto Blue Jays in 18 innings Monday night. That's good writing.
That is good writing. That reminds me, like Shirley, what's his name? And who was the guy from L.A.? The
Shirley
Povich. Shirley Povich.
And
the guy from L.A. used to Jim somebody.
Jim Murray was
Jim
good.
Murray.
Scott Osler is very good at doing that. And who was the guy? Oh, my God. Tom Boswell. Thomas Boswell.
Tom Boswell.
Could write. Thomas Stinson and Jack Wilkinson for the AJC could
and who was the one with the across the thing came the thundering herd rode the
Grantland
Notre
Rice?
Dame. Grantland Rice, maybe, yeah.
Was it Grantland Rice?
I can't. Yeah, I think it was.
Guys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's good.
Congrats to former Entertainment Tonight hostess Mary Hart. She and her hubby, and they got to be in their 80s, stayed through the 17th, and they left right before it happened. Bedtime, I guess.
Was she showing her legs? I'm sorry. Was she showing her legs?
No, you don't see the legs.
Famous for showing her legs on Entertainment Tonight for all those years. That's why they shot her that way.
Rob Lowe stayed the entire game. Don't know if Jason Bateman left early. Jeff Goldblum probably left, and at least Sandy Koufax was there for the entire game and afterwards. At one point, the home plate umpire started calling everything a strike, mainly against the Jays. Ohtani was walked like 5 times in a row, as we said. Clayton Kershaw wiggled out of a jam, and what may have been his last pitch thrown in a Hall of Fame career, he also may see some action yet. If these games keep going in these crazy things. They have a great video of his wife in the stands crying and jumping up and down thinking this could be it.
Cool.
And for once, he pitched well in a postseason.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He wiggled out of it, but still. And the guy swung at a ball 4, and that would have been, the Blue Jays would have gone up a run.
Yeah.
And he swung at it and grounded out. Yeah. Reliever Will Klein got the win by shutting out the Blue Jays for 4 innings, way past what he usually throws. Even Sandy Koufax sought him out to congratulate him after the game.
Wow.
Said that was a great job.
Very nice.
Yeah, he may have blown his arm out, but by God. And they asked Bo Bichette, who hadn't played since September 6th.
He was hurt.
What if he hurt himself? It's a free agent year. What if he hurt himself? He says, I'm playing in the World Series.
Yeah.
I'll throw it all out the window for
That's
that.
old-fashioned, good old baseball, the way it should be.
They were this close to almost having a position player throw. And Yamamoto got up. He threw a complete game Saturday. Got up and went to the pitching coach, Mark Pryor, and said, I'll throw. And he was in the bullpen throwing.
I'll bet he could, too. I'll bet he could do an inning or so.
Yeah. It lasted so long, they brought out fruit platters for the players, pineapple and watermelon. And frankly, it looked good about 2:30 in the morning. Only 2 18-inning World Series games in history. Brad Paisley sang the national anthem in both of them.
What? Are you serious?
Brad Paisley will be banned from every ballpark I own if I had to. Sorry.
Guess what? It's Brad Paisley's birthday today. He's 53. I can't believe he's on the birthday
Well, if I'm the Dodgers, I have him sing it because they won both of those games.
Yeah, unbelievable. I'll be damned. Cool.
And by the way, Flounder, just a warning because this is coming up.
Yeah.
Is he still? There he is.
He's ready.
This is the 30th anniversary of this wonderful nugget of joy.
Mark gets the sign. The wind and the pitch. Here it is. Swung. Fly ball deep left center. Grissom on the run. Yes! Atlanta Braves
What happened?
giving you a championship. Listen to this crowd.
That's Skip Carey. I think Joe Simpson on our former station, by the way.
Yeah.
We had the Braves at the time.
Yeah.
I know because I was there.
It wasn't in some classroom.
Right field seats. David Justice's homer landed in front of us to the left. And thanks again to Tissy, who won the bikini contest to get the extra ticket to be my date that evening.
Doesn't I was watching that video. Doesn't Mark Wohlers look a little bit like Clayton Kershaw?
A right-handed version, maybe.
A little bit, yeah. Just kind of similar face features.
I tell you. But that's one of my best memories because I also got tickets for my dad and Jeremy, the producer, who got to sit together up in left field. We all made a mad dash back to the Buckhead Studios to do the post game, and my dad was able to sit in there and actually see me do the post game and everything.
Oh, no kidding! Wow,
great memory.
Great memory. Well, excellent.
Now the Falcons rant 2.0.
Oh boy, here we go.
Falcons and Atlanta United empty suit and stadium roof enthusiast Rich McKay appeared suddenly in a cloud of smoke and sulfur on the Cellini and Domino show today on 680 The Fan and confirmed that indeed he is the Machiavellian non-mastermind, the power behind the throne, the Mandarin eunuch pulling the strings for 21 years behind Arthur Blank's mishandling of not one, but two Major League franchises in this fair city. Wringing his hands like Fu Manchu and twirling his snidely whiplash mustache, McKay said Blank was the final man and the final say on all matters. He then turned to Arthur and said, "Isn't that right, Artie?" To which Arthur blankly responded, "Yes, Mr. McKay," before returning to his soma-induced comatose watching of reruns of Judge Judy. Okay, none of that really happened, except McKay did appear on their fine show and revealed that, yes, indeed, he does sit in on both the Falcons and United meetings, even though we were told he had nothing more to do with the Falcons. No. So I believe most people would say that's, I don't know, a lie.
Well, yeah, certainly a misrepresentation.
We were lied to, you think?
Yeah, probably so, yeah.
Rich McKay has a long record of being in the NFL. His daddy, a Hall of Fame college head coach, first coach of the Buccaneers. Rich started out in Tampa Bay. Some would call that, I don't know, Nepo babyism. He was GM of the Falcons from 2003 to 2008. The Falcons went 46-50 under his tenure as general manager, and I don't believe they made any Super Bowls during that time period. He was put in charge of the newfangled flower opening roof. It didn't work at first. We were told it would be fixed by a certain date, then another date, then till the season starting, then another date. Couldn't even get a ceiling built right and on schedule. Criminy, you had one job, and now we found out he's still there, still lurking like a monster in the closet, ready to jump out and validate yet another bad coaching hire. Sell the team, Artie. You've lost the plot and the fans, and you got the same worthless, incompetent suits running the show, including yourself. It's my opinion. We welcome yours.
Wow. I love it. Pete Davis. You rascal. I read your book. Oh, sorry.
You magnificent bastard. The SEC has asked the NCAA to stop a pending rule change that will allow athletes and athletic department staff members to bet on pro sports beginning November 1st.
Oh, my.
According to ESPN, SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey has sent a letter to NCAA President Charlie Baker October 25th stating, "The message of our presidents and chancellors was clear and united. This policy change represents a major step in the wrong direction."
Yeah. I agree. It's just,
There are reports that before he was fired Sunday night, former LSU head coach Brian Kelly arrived at the football facility to find his fingerprints no longer got him into the building. What we like to call is a clue.
A clue, yes. It's a climate solved. Yes.
Clue.
Mercy.
The Hawks still learning to play nice together as they lose to the Bulls in Chicago 128-123. Trae Young, 21 points, 17 assists. Kristaps Porzingis, 27 points. The Chiefs handled the Commanders 28-7 last night. Not shocking since Marcus Quitter Mariota was playing for Washington. And somehow AtlantaFalcons.com still has the Falcons ranked 21st.
Well,
out of 32 teams. Right behind the Vikings, right ahead of the Commanders.
Okay.
The Commanders lost in Kansas City, and the game didn't get out of hand till like the second half. The Falcons were not even in a home game against a 1-6 Miami team, yet somehow they're ahead of the Commanders.
Yeah,
I know. All right. Lane Kiffin could not resist taking a shot at Brent Venables, sarcastically accusing the Oklahoma coach of a hot take in his evaluation of last weekend's loss against Ole Miss. Venables said Sunday that he thought Oklahoma was the better team. Kiffin replied, "That's an interesting take. That's a hot take. They have the better team. I wouldn't have thought that people watching would say that." Kiffin continued, "Maybe they had the better team last year, too, when we beat them." He then shrugged before apologizing for interrupting the reporter's follow-up question. Sorry, maybe he had the better team in Oklahoma when we beat him 55-19 in the national championship. Maybe. Maybe he had the better team at Clemson when we beat him 45-40 in the national championship at Alabama. Next question, my bad.
Sorry to
Kiffin
interrupt
was
you.
an assistant under Pete Carroll at Southern Cal when the Trojans beat the Sooners for the national title after the 04 season. Venables, the defensive assistant on that Sooners team. The coaches squared off again for the national championship 11 years later. Kiffin was the OC for Nick Saban's Bama team, which beat Clemson for the title after the 2015 season. Venables was the Tigers' DC. Last Saturday, Kiffin's Rebels finished with 431 yards of total offense against the Venables coach team that led the nation in total defense and ranked second in scoring defense going into the loss. We had way more yards, 21 first downs to 14. We played 87 plays of offense, and they had one sack and did not force any turnovers, Kiffin said. Well, that's an interesting take that they're better, but whatever he needs to say.
Whatever. Pretty funny. Guys got a sense of humor.
Say what you will.
We'll see. Now, what do you think
whether he stays or he goes?
What's his future? Do you have a guess?
Whether he stays or goes, he's a national treasure. He's so much a better person than he was before he went to Oxford.
Yeah. Do you have a quick suggestion of where is he going somewhere, and where would it be if he would or wanted to?
Yesterday I said 50-50. Today I think it's 60-40. He stays at Ole Miss. But if he is going to leave, LSU, one of the Florida schools, would be where he'd go. But I always thought it would be NFL or Bama.
Yeah. So. Excellent. Pete Davis, thank you, sir. 531. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. 404-741-1230. And we got so much more that we till 6 o'clock, and then we'll get ready for tomorrow. Well, hump day action here. Anyway, look out.
Extra 106.3 is proud to be a community station that shares your values. This is your station, talking about issues and stories that are most important to you and your family. Stream us live on our all-new app in crystal clear HD and always live on your radio at 106.3 FM.
A born leader never rests. The GLE SUV continues to advance its legacy with intuitive technology, rich refinement, and all-hybrid power, including a plug-in model. From safety to style, leadership is a GLE family value. Get an exceptional offer on the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 SUV. Just $759 per month for 36 months with $62.13 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the RBM of Atlanta's fall sales event, now through October 31st. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through October 31st, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Faith, family, freedom. These are the cornerstones of America and the foundation for a successful life. But today, all three are under attack. Crushing debt, out-of-control spending, and reckless policies in Washington are threatening your savings, your retirement, and your future. Hi, this is Glenn Beck. The only financial advisory firm I recommend in Atlanta is Nicholas Wealth Management. David Nicholas and his team believe protecting your money is about more than wealth. It's about defending your faith, your family, and your freedom. If your hard-earned retirement is left exposed to market chaos, higher taxes, or inflation, what happens to the life you've worked so hard to build? For over 20 years, David Nicholas has helped families right here in Atlanta fight back with retirement strategies built to better withstand uncertainty. Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 404-890-5606, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Aim to safeguard your future today.
Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm that uses a variety of different investment strategies.
Feeling lucky? You should, because the Fan and Extra 106.3's small business event is back. And this year, it's Casino Night. Thursday, November 20th, we're rolling out the tables, and your business needs to be in the game. When you grab a table sponsorship, you'll get mentions in all event promotion, a commercial schedule on the Fan and Extra, chips to play, and your shot at massive marketing prizes, including a $50,000 influencer endorsement campaign. That's $50,000 in exposure, and we've already already given away over $1 million in free advertising through this event. Here's the best part. Every business wins something. So come play, eat, drink, and maybe walk away with a marketing jackpot heading into the holidays. It's the Fan and Extra Small Business Casino Night, November 20th. Don't just sit there. Email biz at 680thefan.com right now. That's B-I-Z at 680thefan.com. Spots are going fast, and you do not want to miss this night.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3, Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station.
Compare Donald Trump to Hitler. The media is silent. Call a Democrat a socialist. The media gets upset. The media has to earn the respect of the American people. It has utterly failed to do so.
Atlanta Talk Radio legends are only on Extra 106.3.
Yeah. There we go. Stand by. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and a kiss for you. 1978. The live-action movie Kiss. Kiss meets Phantom of the Park. In 1978, shown on NBC TV here in America. The four rock stars had to deal with a mad scientist who went crazy in an amusement park. All four members of KISS had just released their individual solo albums, 1978. All right, sir. Our birthday list includes from the sort of sports world, clearly. Caitlyn Jenner, 76 years old today. Bruce Jenner, born on this day 75 years ago. And Caitlyn Jenner is, no, wait a minute. Caitlyn Jenner, 76. Bruce Jenner, born 75 years ago. That doesn't make any sense. I got it backwards. Anyway, Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, 76 years old, for the record. And also Annie Potts' birthday. Annie Potts, I had a little thing for Annie Potts, that cute little redhead chick, Mary Jo on Designing Women. She looked like trouble to me. I like that woman. Annie Potts, 73.
Ghostbusters.
And Mary Jo Designing Women, Janine in Ghostbusters, and the voice of Bo Peep in the Toy Story movies. Which, I whistled my S again there. Did you hear that? Every once in a while, I do a whistle when I say the letter S. Sorry. And on this day in history, 1928, the first scheduled international passenger airline flight. 1928, flown when Pan Am begins flying a route from Key West, Florida to Havana, Cuba. Pan Am was founded in 1927, the year before they did the first flight, founded by two American Army Air Corps majors. And they began scheduled airmail service flying between Key West and Havana. And on this day in 1928, actually took passengers for money and became the first international airline. And Pan Am, they were the ones who used to advertise, a coffee, tea, or me kind of deal, where those Stewart Eye were magnificently beautiful chicks in their little uniforms and stuff back in the day.
That's what the Turkish Airlines doing now. Have you noticed?
Yes, I have. And there are Kuala Lumpur or somebody, or there's a couple of international.
JAL.
Yeah,
very nice.
Mercy, yeah. Yes, welcome aboard to the Pleasure Center.
Although they were traumatized at the end of that flight to Tokyo with the Falcons in the first class section.
Well, football
they were
players.
Traumatized.
Come here,
they
baby.
saw things they didn't need to see. There literally was underwear hanging from the back of chairs and empty Jack Daniel bottles on the floor.
Yeah,
and those four stewardesses were like shivering in the corner.
Please don't hurt me.
And we apologize. We were getting out. We're so sorry.
Please don't hurt me.
We are so sorry for that. That's not us.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
Please don't judge all Americans to what you just witnessed the last 13 hours.
I can't breathe. Oh, mercy. Let's see. We got a new newsy thing. It just popped up here this afternoon. We were talking about business and AI type stuff here a minute ago. We'll recap that for you in a second. UPS has announced today, let me just get the full story here. UPS from here in Atlanta, the Atlanta-based delivery behemoth, announced today that they have slashed 48,000 jobs this year. one of the largest single-year reductions by any company since the COVID disaster. Scrambling to contain costs and revive lagging stock price. UPS said 34,000 of the cuts were drivers and warehouse operators. 14,000 were managers fired. UPS employs 500,000 people, at least it did at the beginning of the year. Their chief executive, a girl named Carol Tomei, said the job losses, a mix of layoffs and buyouts, were part of restructuring to be at the most efficient peak in our history. We are executing the most significant strategic shift. The changes implementing to deliver long-term ... Stock prices jumped 10% today. Let's see. I haven't said anything about AI. I plan to eliminate 20,000 operational jobs. They've eliminated more than twice that. We keep finding opportunities to bring costs down. And shipping season will have less variety, capacity, fewer leased aircraft, fewer rented vehicles, fewer seasonal workers for Christmas. The efficiency includes reducing dependence on Amazon. Package volumes from Amazon were down 20%. And again, I'm trying to find if I don't see anything about AI. And the reason I mention that is because today, Amazon confirms that it has replaced 14,000 humans with robots. And they're going to slash 30,000 positions, 10% of the whole corporate staff. The head of HR is a girl named Beth Galletti. She said, you may ask why we're reducing roles when the company's doing great. Well, the world is changing quickly. She said, this generation of AI, the most transformative technology we've seen since the internet, and we're innovating faster than ever before, reshaping the corporate landscape. White-collar workers finding it hard to hold their jobs. Automation tools and machine learning systems more capable and widespread. The company, Amazon, says they have 1,000 generative AI services in progress or being built, and that's a teeny fraction of what they're going to do. Amazon has plans to invest $10 billion in North Carolina to compute and artificial intelligence infrastructure, $10 billion North Carolina, $10 billion in Mississippi, $10 billion in Indiana, $10 billion in Ohio, and $10 billion in North Carolina. Fending off dominance of AI from OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. Here we go. I mean, this is unbelievable. Their layoffs have risen 140% over last year. Target, Procter & Gamble, Walmart, all slashing thousands of jobs this year. Intel makes the processors. 25,000 jobs cut this year. And AI...
Does HR realize that there's no humans left? There's no need for human resources?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, yeah. you have to wonder. But seriously, I mean, we're in it. We've been talking about it now for like a year, and more things have happened, and all of a sudden, we're here.
I know.
We're in it.
So what do you do with millions of people who can't find a job?
I don't know. Oh, apparently Marjorie Taylor Greene's at it again. There was a private call. This is just breaking news here this afternoon. Let's see. House Republicans, a lawmaker-only conference call today. Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia confronted Speaker Mike Johnson. Johnson's been holding weekly calls on the update of the shutdown and so forth. Let's see. Marjorie Taylor Greene apparently countered Republicans' House majority being wasted by staying in their districts. She said, we'd be better served passing legislation in Washington and finding an off-ramp to COVID pandemic Obamacare subsidies. An extension of those subsidies is why the Democrats won't vote yes to open the government. She said, Fox is reporting that Marjorie Taylor Greene said, you guys need to get out of Washington, go back to your districts and talk to people because real people are PO'd. They expect us to do our legislative constitutional duty, not make marching orders from the political team at the White House. She said Donald Trump, she's one of his earliest supporters, but said even the president's losing support. Let's see. Johnson defended Republicans' legislative record. He said, Trump's not sleeping. I'm not sleeping. We're working round the clock. And he criticized Marjorie Taylor Greene for airing her concerns on social media, saying, how does that help us, Marjorie? Anyway. So here we go. And again, you know, the freaking the Democrats passed this Obama plan. They passed it, and the deadline to end it was this time right now.
That was their thing.
That was their plan. And now they want to have their plan redone without any debate on it. They're trying to bypass the entire legislative process by extortion and blackmail, saying we're not going to open the government unless you give us what we want without any discussion on it, without having a vote, without doing anything. Make it happen and we'll open the government. Well, that's not how it works.
They want anarchy. When these this SNAP stuff starts going out and stops, they want anarchy in the streets. They want people robbing and looting and raising hell. They want that. They want it. Chaos.
In fact, a quick thing. Well, I'll do it when we come back. I might make a note about Jesse.
You can do it now. You're good. You can do it now.
I'll say one other thing. I love to listen to Jesse Kelly, Jesse Nighttime on Way Going Home. And he makes a couple of very good points about these freaking Democrats. He says, for one thing, Democrats are not liberals. They're communists. Yep. He's been doing this for years. Democrats are not liberals. They're communists. They're actually in their heart, they're communists, and it's becoming more clear and clear now. And another point he makes all the time is the Democrats are not soft on crime. They want the crime. They're doing this on purpose. Defunding the police. And have you heard Mom Danny lately? They played an old soundbite of his a couple of years ago where he talks about defunding the police. We don't need police. We let these people out for the crimes. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, over and over.
Yeah, over and over and over. And by the way, did you hear Mondani's father? Mondani's father is a professor at Columbia University, and I heard him last night, and I heard Blake and Freddie on our show before us this afternoon played the same thing. Mondani's father actually said out loud as part of one of his speeches, Adolf Hitler learned everything he knew from Abraham Lincoln, who put Indians on reservations, separated them from society, proving to Adolf Hitler that genocide could work. And Abe Lincoln taught everything to Adolf Hitler.
I've never heard that mentioned ever in any history book.
I've heard. It's on. Mondani, father, teaches that at Columbia.
Well, his mother's a commie.
Yeah.
A filmmaker.
Yep, that's right. Here we go. 4 or 5 days. 5:46. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Have we got more?
Start your day with Tug and Los on the Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Then it's Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck at noon, and the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. And hang out every night for Jesse Kelly at 6 and Jimmy Fela at 9. And stream it all live in crystal clear HD on the Extra 106.3 app.
This fall, the gridiron calls, which means you'll be road tripping to games across the South, and you'll need a reliable ride to get you there. And Subaru of Gwinnett has the vehicle for you. But a new car, truck, or SUV from Subaru of Gwinnett is about way more than just getting to the games. It's about getting the family home. It's about getting to work safely, but it's also about getting the most out of every adventure. If you're driven by an adventurous heart, the 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Or maybe it's the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. It holds the road with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and it holds everything you need for the tailgate. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and let your adventurous mind run wild. Then stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth.
You've worked hard to save, and many even have a financial advisor. But is your portfolio as efficient as it can be? I'm here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement, where our listeners can get a second opinion on their retirement savings. So, Evan, tell folks the biggest benefits of getting that second look.
Well, it's clarity. It's confidence. And I had a client come in the other day, and she thought, and she is, exceptionally conservative financially. And that's the way she had told her financial advisor to investors. She thought she was paying very little in fees. We came into the full review of her portfolio. She was taking a great deal of risk, so much so that she, in a good market, was down like 15, 20%. But then the thing that really put her over the top, the thing that she had no idea is she was paying about 4.5% a year in fees. It was an outrageous kick in the teeth to her. But the good news is there are ways to fix that problem pretty quickly and get you in line with what you actually thought you had.
Second opinions obviously are important, Evan, and as is reviewing what you have in place, right? You don't want to set it and forget it. You don't want to put a retirement plan together and just think, okay, now I'm good for the future, right?
Well, the way I view retirement and retirement plans is they're living, breathing things. Because the one thing I can promise you, I can promise me, and I can promise every single person that walks in our office is life will throw you curveballs. Things will change, and we've got to adapt with them. So if we aren't having annual reviews, and as you get closer to retirement, even more so, we have to adapt and build from there.
If you'd like a second opinion when it comes to your savings and investments, call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary second opinion today. That number is 678-736-7799. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family-owned and operated for 75 years. At Stovall & Company, we have everything you need to make your landscaping dreams come true. From premium mulch and topsoil to a wide variety of plants, trees, shrubs, and annuals, Stovall has it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com.
Hey, this is Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. So things are deceiving sometimes, and it's hard to explain how much money I can really save you. I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. You know, in a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. I mean, let's be realistic. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000, but it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%. Well, really, it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. We found a better way for customers to buy a car, an honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee. We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal. So the beauty of what we do is we don't put you on a car that we have to sell. We put you on a car that you want. And at the Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car. Call 1-844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
This is Kelly Kroll asking you to step up to the plate for the men and women who have served our country and protected our freedom. The Warrior Alliance, an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, is helping thousands of veterans to achieve success after military service. Either you or someone you know has served and deserves our support. The best way to say thank you for your service is by helping a veteran round the bases on their journey home. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
I love this riff. Stevie Wonder. Yeah, a little suspicion going on here. 1972. Stevie Wonder released his 15th album, Talking Book. The first track, You Are the Sunshine of My Life, hit number 1 on the Billboard charts, earned Stevie Wonder his first Grammy. The album featured a guest appearance of Jeff Beck on the track Superstition. You're enjoying right now. Great beat, syncopated beat. I love syncopated beats. Let's see, our birthday list includes, Daphne Zuniga. Remember her? Daphne Zuniga is 63. She was on Melrose Place and One Tree Hill. Daphne Zuniga, 63. Andy Richter, Conan O'Brien's guy, is 59. Dennis Franz, NYPD Blue and Hill Street Blues, is 81 today. And Joaquin Phoenix is 51. The Joker, Gladiator, Parenthood. Joaquin Phoenix, 51 years old today. By the way, speaking of famous actors, on this day in 2004, David Hasselhoff lost his driver's license because he got caught drunk driving. Didn't he have that? Isn't the guy with a car? William, watch out for Kit. Yeah, Kit the car. You should have warned him about the cops over there with a breath. Anyway, David Hasselhoff. Isn't he like the number 1 TV star in a celebrity in Germany?
He was.
For some reason.
He was a star.
A huge star. And kind of a sports-related thing on this day, 2013. God, it was 12 years ago. Penn State decided it will pay almost $60 million to 26 young men who were abused sexually at the hands of that former assistant coach, Jerry Sandusky. And in 76, Nixon aide John Ehrlichman started going to federal prison camp in Arizona for his Watergate-related stuff. Was it his wife? It was Ehrlichman's wife who had a little diner in Buckhead or near Sandy Springs, as I recall. I went there when I was married. And she used to make great catfish. She had wonderful fried catfish. I'm sure it was Ehrlichman's wife. Ran this little diner. I can't remember the name of the darn thing. This was 30 years ago. Anyway. All right, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, there's a little something you ought to know in case you're not aware. You know I love a good party and a good cause. Well, they call me Party Cause Guy right here. Small Business Casino Night. It's back November 20th. Write it down, November 20th. Presented by First Horizon Bank. Food, fun, prizes. You can win $50,000 in free advertising on the only true conservative talk radio station that doesn't really suck. That's right. It's WFOM in the farm of Atlanta. Extra, baby. Get your business in the game. Email biz, B-I-Z, at 680thefan.com. All right, now see, we're the biz, 680's got to be anything. Okay, here, biz, B-I-Z, at 680thefan.com. That's B-I-Z at 680thefan.com, because these spots are going to fill up. You win $50,000 in free advertising. Holy cow. See you there, baby.
Good deal.
Yeah, outstanding deal. November 20th. 5:55, Kimmer, Pete, and the Flounder. Let's see. Hold on a second. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, very quickly. I did this earlier in the show. If you, I want to see how well you're doing. If you're a certain age, people over 40 in particular, I won't go through the whole thing again. But there's a few things you can see to see how well you're doing physically, depending on how your age is. I'll mention two of them. One idea is to see how well your body is aging. Sit in a chair and then stand up, and then sit down and stand up and do it 30 times. You should be able to do that with no problem, without any difficulty, sitting down, standing up again without, struggling over it 30 times. But here's the one that really is cool, and this really shows a lot. And I learned a lot because I haven't done this in about a year, and it's way harder than it used to be. Sit on the floor, cross your legs, sit on the floor, and stand up without using your hands. Don't reach for anything, don't help anything, don't use your hands, don't lift off your hands. Sit on the floor, and then stand up without using your hands. And you will see how your overall body and balance, the little muscles when you start to get toward the knees and the thigh to do the power. I mean, it's glutes and stuff. I mean, it's amazing. Just sit on the floor and stand up, no hands. And again, I did it before the show, and because I used to just snap up. Hell, I used to run marathons, so my leg, I could do anything. And not anymore. I mean, I did it. I got up without using my hands, but I went, crap. Oh, that's no good. Anyway, 5:57. One more bizarre thing that just a moment ago, Jennifer Lawrence, the actress you know very well, has now said she's going to do what everybody else in Hollywood does. She's had 2 kids with her husband, and she said, everything is bouncing back in my body pretty good after the first one, but the second one, nothing bounced back. So she is going to have, she's going to do a nude scene, filming a nude scene in the spring, and she's going to be getting a boob job and some kind of a facelift and a boob job. Jennifer Lawrence. Because she had babies. 35 years old. She hasn't succumbed to the facelift trend, but she does plan on having one done. She said, believe me, I'm going to do it. And she's getting a boob job to do a naked scene with I couldn't be married to an actress. I mean, I just couldn't. I'm just too much of a weak mental guy or something, I guess.
And why does she feel she has to do the nude
It's stupid.
scene?
She's not that kind of woman. She's not a bombshell sex goddess actress.
Well, she's
sexy and attractive, and she's wholesome, but she's not, Gina Lola Brigida or, I don't know.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, she's not Sydney Sweeney. Or the other one, Ava Zaringa there. What's her name? It's a 3-letter first name. Ava.
Anna de Armas.
Anna de Armas, yeah. Anyway. All right, Flounder. How about one more Flounder's Funny? What do you think? We got one more shot here. What do you think?
Sure, why not? Here we go.
There we go.
Actually, this is one of the first jokes I ever wrote about China, and then I never did it because I think it possibly might be offensive, but it certainly comes from like an inappropriate joke from our childhood. But I found that to be very misrepresentative of the Chinese accent. So, inappropriate joke from childhood was, how do Chinese people name their kids? And they would say, throw a coin down a well. I'm like, ping pong ching, right? Stupid joke. It's a joke.
Ping pong.
Right? But when I learned Mandarin, I realized that not only is that joke not a good joke, but it is entirely incorrect on how Mandarin, particularly Northern Mandarin, sounds. So actually, if the joke wanted to make sense, it wouldn't be throw a coin down a well. It would be throw a pit bull down a well and then listen to the pit bull trying to get out as the pit bull was like, but I didn't do it. I don't know why I chose San Francisco to try the inappropriate joke. No, I think because you guys are very aware of I feel like it's great that people are more aware of Asian culture here.
Mr. Des Bishop right there.
There you go. All right, boys. Tomorrow is Hump Day, and here we go.
You did every story today.
I can't believe it.
Every one.
It's impossible. Christine, sing me home, baby, for something special. I got to go. You're killing me. The crowd goes wild. Look out.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
The ceasefire.